All right, okay. All right, okay, okay. All right, okay. I'm feeling you. You know. All right, okay. All right, okay, okay. All right, okay. I'm feeling you. All right, okay. All right, okay, okay. All right, okay. I'm feeling you.
Hey.
All right, okay. All right, okay, okay. All right, okay. I'm feeling you.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Fly Nerd Group in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's happening? We have navigated the madness of the multiverse just to land in front of you to give you thoughts, opinions, facts, and more to enhance your everyday life. The Fly Nerd Group.
Yes, sir.
Swooping in, walking through the portals, getting everything we need, casting all the right spells. What's happening, y'all? Coach E Soul Star, man in the middle today. To my right, none other than
Bot Life himself, K-Max.
we're Bot Life in the building. And yo, to my left, forever and always, my man.
100 grand, Cos Galactus. Nice to meet you. Wow.
For sure. And yo, the legendary, the one and only, holding down the soundscape.
Simply Jada, man.
Simply J.
Simply.
Dot.
Be simple with
We are
Not that type of
minimum.
right. No, we
Minimum.
know what you mean. We knew what you meant, man.
Minimum.
We knew what you mean, man.
No grand introductions today.
No grand ones today. Okay, I feel you. Well, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get the somber stuff out the way so we can just trip the life fantastic for the rest of the evening.
Cheers to that.
Yo, one love to both Neal Adams and George Perez, legendary comic creators who left an indelible mark upon this industry. They both passed away over the week. Neal Adams early in the week, George Perez this past Saturday. And man, I mean, they are responsible for some of the best stuff. I mean, Neal Adams became a Batman legend.
Right.
He was a Batman legend. I mean, that Green Arrow, Green Lantern story, the Hard Traveling Heroes, he did that.
Okay.
That was him. You
That
know
was
what I'm
all
saying?
him,
That was
yeah.
him. The Speedy getting addicted to heroin. That was Neal Adams.
Sound like this guy know the business, how to really have a real nuanced story. So, damn it, man. Like, who's holding the torch now?
Good question.
As far as writers go, while
Yeah,
they're-
who's the next pioneer writer?
and see
Premier.
that's
Premier.
I would say that right now Brian K. Vaughan kind of led the pack, and you know he kind of like he was the guy he wrote Why the Last Man for Vertigo, but went on from that and did Saga, which blew up.
And we talk about that every
Yeah,
week,
Saga
so.
is a wonderful book. The art is beautiful. The story is so wide ranging and so like there is no way in the amount of time I have I can really go on about Saga and what Saga is. It's a space epic, badass shit, magic. Just go read it.
So wait a minute, which comic book company is it?
Image is the
Image.
home. Yeah, Image is the home to Saga. But as far as like writers breaking new ground, it's kind of hard to say because you really don't get a sense of a writer these days until you see him, and for me at least, until you see him operate away from some of the bigger companies.
Okay.
So while like I like Donnie Cates and I like Al Ewing,
Right.
I haven't but I haven't read much of their stuff outside of their work for like the bigger companies and other people's properties.
Okay.
Now I can say, Bendis.
Bendis.
Yeah, Bendis
His-
is legendary.
Yeah,
He's definitely. I think
That's
he's
a good
definitely on
one.
his way.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely on his way.
On his way?
On his way. Wait a minute.
I thought he already did his prime.
Yeah,
I thought
right.
he made
Civil
his
War,
pinnacle.
yeah.
I didn't really like. While I love Civil War, I really felt like I feel like he was a legendary Daredevil writer. As far as Daredevil
too,
is concerned,
that too.
he is a legendary Daredevil writer. Ultimate Spider-Man, both versions from his version of
Then he
Pete to
create
Miles.
Miles?
Yeah, he made Miles. Both really, really dope. But his stuff outside of that has been like he kind of he hit his home runs, and now he's just serviceable.
You didn't like the DC work he done?
I think, well, you know what's hard to say? He was handcuffed when it came to Superman.
Okay.
They didn't let him run away with Superman the way they should have let him run away with Superman. Okay. And why, for God's sake, they didn't have him write Green Arrow, I don't know. Because if it's one thing he is the master of, it's the common man's voice.
Yeah, true. True.
Because remember, he gave us the Avengers through the eyes of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those other guys.
Yeah,
it was Luke Cage.
The common dude.
Yeah, it was the common
Most
dude.
common
Wait,
character.
which run was that?
That was New Avengers. where when they first reformed after the Scarlet Witch tore them apart, which we'll talk more about her stuff later. But yeah, let's not forget Avengers Disassembled. That was all the Scarlet Witch. So he was he was responsible for Avengers Disassembled, and he brought them back as new Avengers. And Luke Cage was a critical part of that squad because it was a much more stripped down squad. And it was a good run. It was a good run.
It was dope, man.
It was a good run. I just felt like once he got out of that once he got out of the everyday guy sandbox, it wasn't as good. And that's just my.
So what's some of your George Perez and Neal Adams projects that they worked on? What are some of your favorites?
Pretty much The Final Threat is one of the greatest Avengers stories. It had Michael Korvac, Captain Marvel. It was like a space odyssey. He drew everybody in it. Of course, he did the first 5 issues of Infinity Gauntlet.
Whoop 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 whoop.
His run on Fantastic Four was legendary.
Whoop whoop.
Like his run on the FF and like just the Marvel cosmic stuff in general. Even some of his random placements, he just everywhere he went, it was just an indelible mark. But he had a legendary Fantastic Four run. He had a legendary Avengers run. He had a legendary Justice League run. He did Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh,
okay.
He's the artist from Crisis on Infinite Earths. And when it comes to large-scale group scenes, there is none better than George Perez.
Okay.
None better. There are many who have tried and some have come close, but there's
Jim Lee came close, but
George was great at them whether they were standing still or in action.
Okay.
And see, that's the
Big
great thing
panel,
about George.
big
Splash panels of action.
Yeah.
You know, like he was one of the first to really do that. To put a head in the center, split out all those lines, and put a dialogue box and a picture in each frame.
Dope.
He was at Teen Titans. He was on that legendary Teen Titans run, the Wolfman Perez run.
Word.
So you feel like Jim Lee is not comparable?
To George Perez, no.
Okay.
Damn.
No.
That's a hell of a statement.
No.
Yeah, that is.
No. Jim Lee.
Full page X-Men.
Full page standing still half the time or shaded out details. There's no way Jim Lee's splash panels can compare to any splash panel George Perez. He had some great ones, but when you
Magneto on the Asteroid Hill,
Superman holding Supergirl's body while
you
everybody
go.
stands
There you
there.
go.
Right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, there
That
you
shit's
go.
legendary. Avengers versus JLA. That was him. That was him, fam. That was him. He put Scarlet Witch and Superman in the same panel.
Yikes.
That was George Perez, man. That dude is a legend. While Jim Lee is a legend a different way, I never thought he touched George Perez in terms of what George Perez could bring to a page.
Okay.
Wow, that's very enlightening.
George Perez is one of the best, man. One of the greatest to ever set it down. I mean, like I said, his splash pages are legendary. So, and I mean, Neal Adams he was the first person to really revolutionize Batman. Brought some grit back to Batman.
So what did he do?
Ra's al Ghul
Yeah, right.
is a Neal Adams thing.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul is a Neal Adams thing. He had a lengthy run on Batman, a lengthy run on what became Green Lantern, Green Arrow, which that book won like a ton of awards. Like that run, Hard Traveling Heroes.
Yeah.
That made because it was taking Green Lantern out. I love the concept. Like Green Arrow was like, yo, put that ring away. You're gonna get in this Jeep, and we gonna drive across America. And we gonna
on some wild shit.
right.
Like,
we
fam.
gonna see
We gonna see you real or not.
right. And one of the best issues was they came across a black man in the South, and he came up to Green Lantern was like, yo, I know I've read about you saving the yellow man, saving the green man, saving the purple man, but what have you ever done for the black man? Right here on the Neal Adams wrote that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's just crazy now how everything's so polarized where people say if you have political content or you have something that's more thought-provoking besides all the CGI and the action that you're woke. But it just fails me. It really depresses me that people don't know the foundation of a lot of the classic stories and the movies that they like to watch are based off of social issues. X-Men was based off the philosophy conflict between Malcolm and Martin, and then that's why it was so popular. And then a lot of comic book stories and storylines deal with being outcast, deal with being, not emotionally sound and figuring your way out through life. And sometimes, I mean, if you're super powered, it has a lot of consequences, and it creates different types of situations versus if you don't have powers. So it's just interesting to me when people say, "Oh yeah, emo Batman, emo this." I mean, these are supposed to be real people. I mean, real situations. It's not just
with real emotion,
right,
real-time emotion.
Real-time emotions, which
Right.
is one of the things I appreciate about this current season of Young Justice, and I encourage everyone out there to watch it because this season deals with the trauma of the previous 3 seasons. It's like these young people done seen
This the animation?
The animation. These young people done seen their friends die. They done seen the world change. They done learned so much. And this whole season is about them dealing with the trauma that, like, Beast Boy is in a straight state of depression. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's like they have him like he's just not hunky dory returning. In fact, they tried to do an intervention and he like shat on it. Took a big shit on it. He was like, "Yo, y'all got something better to tell me? Cause like fuck how y'all feel. This how I feel right now. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna sleep all day and take these drugs." Like that's in the show.
In the show?
In the show, he popping pills to get to sleep, to deal with the trauma of like watching his friends die. Like that's in the show,
That's dope.
you know?
I mean, that's important. Like there are definitely consequences, and then like the whole idea what you touched on, the trauma, which is why some things about DS2 there was no seemingly consequences for a whole how can we say situation. It wasn't. There seemed to be no consequence of what happened in one realm, and they went back and they're like, "Oh yeah, cool, sun's shining. I'm walking down the street in a nice suit." But I mean, yeah, it's a real thing because trauma is a quiet thing. It's not like I'll cite even something like The Punisher. Everyone talk about rah, go to war, Rambo, this, that, the third, so they can kill everybody. When in the second season, when dude dug a trench in his father's front yard and started living down there, both season 1 and 2 was one of the few comic book shows or any show really that really dealt with PTSD, like what were people feeling when they got home. And that's a real thing. That's something that should be addressed. And it's not something that should be scoffed at or, you weak, man. You showing emotion. You saw your
Man,
homies get
Captain
blown up.
America could have PTSD, fam. You know what I mean? It's like, it's
He
just
tried
like,
he tried to drink himself drunk in the first movie.
See? So, it's all the real aspects that delve into these stories that make it more relatable.
I mean, which made the Marvel Universe what it was anyway.
Yeah.
Is if you think about it, when you think about the origin of all of them, even in the 60s, each person was broken. There was not the Peter Parker, parents dead, uncle
goodness.
got powers, then uncle dies. That's trauma. Fantastic Four, they go to space, get exposed. Got a friend that's like now mutated. Ben Grimm was trauma. Right, Ben Grimm was trauma. But I love the fact that they dealt with that trauma because what people don't realize is even though the writing was of the 60s and it seems very dumbed down, there were issues that Stan Lee wrote where Ben wanted to kill Reed because of what had happened to him.
Yeah, because he blames him.
Yeah,
He blamed him, and they've never shied away from
everyone
that
mad at Reed.
Right, and in the books, the trauma of these characters is real. Daredevil is hugely traumatic.
Oh yeah,
hugely traumatic. Oh, and the Hulk, that's just a tantrum, man. That's trauma. That's trauma in a gamma package.
Yeah.
Well, even Iron Man. I mean,
Iron Man
Iron
is trauma.
Man,
Yeah.
Thor's
trauma.
Yeah.
It's like the origin,
come on.
Like Odin placing him in a mortal body, like, yo, this is your punishment, and I'll make you forget who you are.
Right, yikes.
And then when you do come back, guess what? You gotta hold the hammer or the stick all the time. But the hammer actually was mostly a burden for him in the early days.
Nice.
It was a burden because it was like he used to have to make that choice, like between this mortality and this godhood. And what I love is that Jason Aaron dealt with the trauma of Don Blake, and just recently, Don Blake became a villain.
Oh, really?
He became because he found out that he actually he wasn't like a figment of someone's imagination. Odin made him, and whenever they would switch places, he would go to like a perfect town, But then when that stopped happening, he was stuck there forever.
Oh, that sounds like a good version of Moon Knight that we didn't get.
Ooh. All right, so let's just jump into
Just segue right into that.
let's just jump into
Swing for the fences.
for this Moon Knight finale, man. Fuck
Swing
it.
for the fences.
We'll just jump around for a second. So, like, okay. All right. 6 episodes passed, and, well.
Notice that no one said that's a good one.
Not what I expected. Not what I.
Good choice of words.
Not what I wanted.
Good choice of words.
I think upon rewatch, I would probably enjoy it better now knowing what I got. Because I kept waiting for the moments that I wanted, that I never got.
Okay.
Oscar Isaac, though, once again, not a bad thing to say about him or Ethan Hawke's performance. They took the material that they were given and they ran the fuck away with it, and it was entertaining to all the way.
Speedster style.
It was entertaining. I was entertained the
cast
entire
is
time.
phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal casting, phenomenal job for everybody on that cast. Big up to F. Mary Abraham as the voice of Khonshu.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a whole lot.
He go from getting thrown out of airplanes to being, Egyptian gods. Scarface reference.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, indeed. But but I mean, I
those
think
were the days.
you just throw him off a
I
plane.
just throw them off the plane.
But yeah, it's I feel I have a mixed emotional signals about Moon Knight, man, because it's like part of me wants to like it, part of me wants to dislike it. So
I feel you.
yeah,
I got like, okay, so my rants, my raves. I've been doing this every episode because I was waiting for the bloody. I was waiting for the crazy. Like the Egyptian story was dope, but I really. Well, first of all, we was promised the most brutal episode on the streaming thing, and actually,
Kevin
I was-
Feige's a liar.
yeah.
yeah, Kevin, where was that at? Now,
Where that shit at?
I know
because Falcon and Winter Soldier, motherfucker got scenes, bro. Like the action is
Arms
well
got
paced.
detached.
Yeah, arms got detached.
Shields got
Wakanda
blood
came to
on it.
Clean up the house and shit. Shields got blood on it and shit. Motherfuckers just walking off. Like,
Dude get blown to the head.
yeah, I mean,
Shout out to Nemo.
yeah. So I'm looking on that scale of like action, which you already had already on your series. So it's like, where's this character at? It's like what you said. Oscar Isaac, hats off. Your performance was fucking brilliant, playing all those characters at the same time.
and so believable.
Yeah.
The on
Even with the British accents.
Exactly.
the chemistry with himself was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So all that shit was dope. But
There's
I'm
nothing
saying,
wrong with Oscar Isaac. It's just the roles they give him. They kind of failed him in Star Wars. They failed him in Apocalypse. I mean, it's these directors, man. I mean, what the hell?
he
Are
was
they reading
decent in
material?
Dune. He was decent in Dune.
Oh, no, I like him in Dune. Dune was dope. That's a dope movie.
Yeah.
Warner, don't change the director. Keep the same
Yeah,
damn
keep
guy.
that shit going, by the way. Yeah, keep that shit going.
Keep it
The
going.
hell, man.
But yeah, back to Moon Knight, man. I don't know. I didn't see the brutal. I didn't see the beatdown. I didn't see nothing that really
It happened
tipped
all
the
off
scale.
camera.
Yeah, it all happened off
It all
camera.
happened off camera.
And
With-
then showing Jake at the end is cool, but
Showing Jake at the end, and then the director saying there's no season 2 line.
yeah. So it's like, yo,
So
I mean, we gotta admit, what episode's that? Episode 3 when they went out to the desert and they got to do with the horses. Unfortunately, that's a dude that died in a skiing accident. So he was supposed to be a formidable foe, villain in this, but like he's dead now. So I think they changed it up. But yeah, that doesn't mean you make it not violent.
not violent, and who was the villain?
Jack Harlow. I mean, Dr. Harlow.
Jack Harlow, that's
Jack-
a rapper.
I'm sorry, Dr. Harlow. Sorry, my mistake.
How's that album?
Oh, that rapper. Oh, by the way, he's gonna be a white rapper in a new remake of "White Men Can't Jump" with Tiana Taylor. I'm not making this up. Just a side note.
Who's playing the black dude?
I I forget his name, but then I can look it up. But you're not gonna be happy.
I wish I could see my face right now.
Hey man, these are not my decisions. It's something I read. Tiana Taylor just got added to the cast.
I just like how he
I
said.
put my cup back down.
I just
So
like how he said, "You're not gonna like it."
Right.
And they got old girl from who played the love interest of Peter Parker, Harriet, Peter Parker in the first Spider-Man, Homecoming. The one that he liked. She's gonna be in it too.
Oh, the tall chick.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So back to Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moon Knight. Fuck. It was less. Fuck that shit. Promised the most brutal shit. It didn't happen and then delivered to me. The origin story is cool, but I don't know, man. I think they wasted. We was lied to when they wasted time.
Wait, but then I think it needed another 2 episodes. But one of you all posted that Moon Knight, the actual character itself, was only in there for 17 minutes?
6 episodes. He's only in for 17 minutes, fam.
I felt it was less than that.
See?
Yikes.
I thought it was. I would thought it was more like 9 minutes.
Yeah, dude. 'Cause
Like
it's
I don't. I didn't. I mean, I have no interest in doing an actual count, but man, it felt so.
No,
it was like.
It was rounded around 17
So-
minutes.
So he was like in it for a
Screen
few
time.
seconds in episode 1,
Yeah.
few minutes in episode 2,
Right.
nowhere in episode 3,
No.
Yikes.
nowhere in episode 4.
No.
So is this called Moon Knight or Night of the Emperor featuring Oscar
It
Isaac?
should've-
It
They
was
should've called it
the
the
Egyptian Adventures with Steven and Mark.
Oscar.
They should have called it Fist of Khonshu. If they had
Okay.
call it Fist of Khonshu
Yeah.
and just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, what they did was they gave us a glimpse of kind of superhero Moon Knight, and no glimpses of vigilante Moon Knight.
I agree with Kaz. I did like a lot of the Egyptian storytelling in the background and the knocking of a lot of like falsehoods. I did like that in the actual dialogue. But
No doubt.
It's called Moon Knight, not Introduction to Egyptian Mythology.
Yeah.
Egyptology 101. Welcome.
National Geographic episode.
Yeah, they were like Disney on National Geographic.
Right,
You could have done that,
Y'all
right?
switched up to the damn show.
Right.
Took out all the Flash shit. I thought it was going to be at least one scene where Jake just came through and cleaned house.
I mean, he did. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, no, it was just
He
like-
did it a lot. He did it a lot, like 3 times, but we just didn't see it.
I mean, that first episode where he blinked and then next thing you know he's driving a truck on the
Dude,
on the
I would
leg.
have loved to see the sequence of how
Right.
that happened.
Or even they did it in a flashback. I mean, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah.
But we never got there. Did not get there.
I mean, okay, it begs
Maybe
the
we
question.
got the wrong version or something. Like,
Wait,
maybe there's
hold
a
on.
different-
Wait,
Maybe we got.
we like
We don't know the cheat code.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and do up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
I mean, this may sound dumb and
How people say this
conspiratorial,
the best series?
but could it be that? Well, you can get stunt doubles. I was gonna say maybe Oscar Isaac couldn't do the fight sequences like they wanted, and then they wanted Iron Fist, so they just they just blipped it.
Yeah, Moon Knight was CGI anyway. He was probably only in that costume as Mr. Knight. I definitely don't think he was under
I
the
think
wraps.
the only time he was under the wraps is when they had the helmet cut off and he was talking.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing. I
Damn.
think that's why they probably kept this to a minimum because, he probably, I don't want to bloody people up or something. I don't know what's in his contract.
I mean,
don't know.
who knows, man? I mean, once again, they told a decent story, but it wasn't the story I expected. And I'm once again, I'm just kind of on the middle of the fence about it. Like, a part of me wants to like it, part of me wants to dislike it.
Yeah, and they're like, well, is Disney overreacting because part of it was because of you're not by yourself. There was unilateral disappointment. Were they mad because, ironically, the Taika Waititi, 2-time Taika, Rita Ora, Tessa Thompson, the Taika Waititi HBO series was outdoing it in the ratings on HBO Max.
Which series is this?
The Flag Means Death.
Oh yeah, Our Flag Means Death. That
Death.
show was amazing, actually.
Yeah.
That show was brilliant.
Yeah.
What is it?
Our Flag Means Death. It's a rich guy that want to be a pirate, dude.
It is
It's hilarious,
absolutely hilarious. And then he brings like Blackbeard on board
right.
to teach him how to be a pirate.
Right.
And dude, they had his dinner scene with all these rich people and Blackbeard.
Right.
Blackbeard does a great job of keeping his composure for the most part. And he get to the end, he like, I want to kill all you motherfuckers, man. Like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
It's
You the people I rob.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Sound delicious.
I want sponsorship after this.
That's-
I want to get paid with mercenaries.
Grapefruit sounds delicioso.
Delicioso.
Thanks, Lisa.
But yeah, man, it's a good show. You should check. It's on HBO Max. It's a good show. It's brilliantly done, brilliantly written. I put it like his other show, What We Do in Shadows, also is brilliant.
Nah,
So,
But
I
does he still
watched
have
it.
something
Yeah,
to
that
do?
shit's
Does he
dope.
still have something to do with that, or
yeah,
the actual series?
Yeah.
Because I know he did the movie.
yeah, he's in the series. Like he's directed and acted in the series.
I see. I'm
And
following.
written.
I see the commercials, and then I watched a couple episodes, and it's like everything you want to learn about vampires is here. And then it'd be the dumbest shit ever. I'd be like, yo, this is hilarious. It's stupid as hell.
Yeah, the show is hilarious. I love it.
I think the first 2 seasons he was involved. I don't know about this current one right now, but yeah, the first
First two, he was on the vampire. He was on the Vampiric Council.
yeah, he was.
Yo, that episode with Wesley Snipes is the best. It's like
wow.
Wesley, the Daywalker.
Man. Oh, that's
and shout out to everybody who's guested in that show, because there hasn't been a guest appearance that hasn't been on the money.
Right.
Like
Right.
every
And
guest
makes sense.
appearance.
And makes sense,
And
too.
makes sense,
Yeah,
dude.
the show
Wait,
is dope.
so what? Did anybody see Jojo Rabbit yet?
I've seen Jojo Rabbit.
Is it good?
Yeah, I like it. It's very entertaining. Very, very
Two-time
entertaining.
Taika, my hero, man. That's why you got Rita Ora
Man,
one
I
arm.
think that Thor
Just
going to deliver, man. Because
think Thor's
fuck
really
Moon
gonna
Knight. We
deliver.
Love
move
and
on.
Thunder.
We move on.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. He said this gonna be the best villain that Marvel MCU ever had.
I
That's
believe it. Christian
hard.
Bale.
Gore is a serious character.
Man.
Gore the God Butcher is a serious character, and what I love about that time in Thor when Gore the God Butcher showed up is that when Jane did take over, the threat didn't go down. She had to face her own God killer.
Right.
So it's like it went from Gore to Grog. I don't know what it is about God killers with G names. That's like
Yeah.
it's like a thing.
Why not? 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
G.
yeah. But yeah,
But G.
Unit, nigga.
yeah, G Unit. Yo, Blinks.
You Binks. You gonna
Damn,
kill
it's
some
a Lloyd
goods
Banks
tonight.
cop killer.
Kill some goods tonight, Binks. Gonna kill him.
Yo, check out my new line of shirts, Banks.
Get my tink.
Quim Weave.
Gonna give Thor all of that.
But yes, I'm hoping that they mention that once they deal with Gore, that they just move on to the things she had to deal with.
Rest. Okay.
Cause she like her time as Thor was so fucking dope. Like I don't care. I know people out there. He's supposed to be the guy and the guy and blah. That story
That's
was so
misogyny.
it's misogyny and just dumb thinking.
True.
That story
Both.
was raw as fuck.
Okay.
Raw as fuck from the start. Actually, I will say this from her brief panel on the last issue of Original Sin to her full on taking the book.
Yeah.
Wait.
Dope.
Speaking of animes and everything, the animator of that first Thor, he was at C2E2. I forgot the name. I don't have the issue, but I'll bring it next time. But I just want to know what your opinion of that comic book writer who wrote the story.
Oh yeah, Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron
Yes.
is dope.
Yes.
Jason
Word.
Aaron is dope. He is what I would call a right. He's on his way to that legend status. He's on his way up.
He was at C2E2 2019.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I recommend everybody go check out Jane Foster's run on as Mighty Thor, because it was so dope.
Man.
It was so dope. Like she dealt with the War of the Realm. She dealt with another god killer. She dealt with cancer.
We gonna just call it G Unit for now on.
G Unit. And she brought a whole
We all
new
killers.
she brought a whole new way to use the hammer. Like she let the hammer
She
fly
got
free.
the hammer to the sun.
Yeah, right, she got the,
Use the hammer to the sun.
hammer to the sun.
Like old dog.
Just like that. Gotta keep the get.
That sound like a legit 50 line right there. Just like that, gotta keep the gap. That sound like a legit 50 line. It's a notebook somewhere in his house.
Highlighted.
Highlighted. Hey, yo, we gonna put the layers on that one, Banks.
Hey, Banks. Dre said use it, don't abuse it.
You know what's crazy? I think Taika may deliver one of the better Marvel movies out of everyone in Phase 4.
Cheers to that. I
He's
agree.
him and
That's the last hope for me.
He's been-
After that, I'm done.
I mean,
We still got James Gunn next year.
he's still been we got
And
Gunn
Peyton-
with Guardians 3.
And Peyton Reed with Ant-Man 3, Quantum Ant.
Oh yeah, I'm still in.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So right back.
I know you ain't walking out before Kane get here.
Yeah, right. Now
I
that
know
we
you
got-
ain't walking out before Kane
By the way,
get here.
Saturday was Free Comic Book Day.
Yes, it
Cop
was.
that young Kang the Conqueror that's sitting next to next to our man Sean right there. Yep.
Yeah, Lanning wrote that.
Yeah.
Lanning is one of my personal favorites. Yeah,
Comic Book Day is not just for like generic free comics, which was the selection was terrible this year. You can also get discount on actual books. So that
Yeah,
was
a lot of
one on one
stores
I
have
got
stuff
for
on
night.
sale.
Yeah, so definitely support your local comic book stores.
highly. I always tell people support your local comic book store from First Aid to G-Mart to Third Coast. Those are the shops that I frequent.
Yeah, because you know
Graham Cracker too.
Yep.
Graham
Because I deal with
Cracker.
Bot Life, I don't have the. I deal with Bot Life. I learned to program my eyes not to have the deer in the headlight look when I don't know anything. But then, in real life, you should actually like read the things that's being described here. Therefore, you won't have that look unless you subscribe to Bot Life.
Bot Life.
Bot Life.
Quakes Collectibles and Kapow Collectibles are also.
Yeah, what's the joints up north?
Those are two. Quakes, I fuck with. That's around.
It's
Lincoln.
another one I thought started with a C. That's like I can't think Concord, some shit like that, dude. I forgot.
What's the other one you mentioned? You mentioned Quake and who else?
Kapow.
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 Kapow. Kapow.
K-A-P-O-W.
These are really condensed spots. And you gotta walk around. It's like really condensed.
Gotta dig up in there.
It's like, you
Gotta
know,
get up
it's just
in
like
there.
anything, like records, like comics, all that shit is just, once you've been in one culture, you're gonna step into the next. It's a phase. It's be like, oh, this how they do it.
For sure. For sure.
So yeah, man.
Well, you know, we've gone from one and we'll get to DS2 because there's something else we've been waiting on for a long time. 24 years to be exact. Blackstar finally gave us the second album.
Saturday for second album.
Ooh, wow. He called it a sedative.
Sedative or second album.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeesh. While my first listen, I was on the inside, but Talib held it down.
Let's break it down.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Talib
the
held it down.
second album, second look, second drop for fucking Blackstar, Talib Kweli, Yasin Bey, aka Mighty Most Def.
Formerly known as.
The Mighty Most Def. Shit. And yeah. All produced by Madlib.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that starts part of the disappointment. Madlib in the past decade has laid monster tracks. He just gave monster beats to Fat Lip and Blue.
Really?
Yes, that's an album. That's a real album out right now. That's what I'm saying.
Produced by Madlib?
Yep.
Yes.
And
Hold on, that whole thing is produced by Madlib because I just listened to it.
Yes.
And I don't have the same reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same.
But it was,
reaction.
but no, just the combination. It was like Fat Lip and Blue.
It was weird.
I didn't know
saying.
Madlib produced the whole thing.
Yep.
As far as okay.
But it makes sense for the whole
Right.
Blackstar album.
going on?
If but no, real talk. If he produced that album, then Blackstar makes sense. If you listen to the Blue and Fat
It's
Lip
the
album.
same. It's the same style
But
of.
then-
All right, Jay. What do you feel about the album?
I rock with the Blackstar joint. I rock with both of them. I'm saying it's different.
I just
Now
felt
it is 20 years of these artists.
the album been now done because Pharoah mentioned in 2020 that he heard it earlier in 2020 and late 2019. So you had time, like for instance, the last D'Angelo album, the Black Messiah.
Now
Messiah.
I
Wait,
heard this was old tracks too.
You're right. I have the original tracks
Right.
of 1,000 Deaths and Really Love. I have the original stripped down. It doesn't have a lot of. It don't have a lot of guitar screeching. That was when Raphael Sadiq and Q-Tip and them were gonna form this supergroup in 06, 07. It didn't happen. So I have original tracks. The point being is, what was then and what came out to be, would like they said there's like, okay, we're gonna put this out. Even if it's old, we're still gonna like beef it up. We're gonna EQ it. We're gonna like maybe tweak some lyrics. That didn't happen. It sound like with this Blackstar album. It just sound like we recorded then. Maybe they weren't together in the same studio. Good potential of that. And you email your verse, I email my verse. We put it together.
So
and
you
I'm like,
didn't hear any completion.
I don't know. I mean, even the joints that Oh No did in between all this time was doper than the Madlib joint. And like the tracks that Madlib gave Freddie, and then like, I mean,
I ain't
come
gonna
on,
argue
man.
with that. You're right.
I mean, like, dude, this is 24 years people been waiting for this album. It's not like
Crime
this
pays, cold as hell.
It's
Crime
not your.
pays.
It's not your fourth. It's not your third, fourth album where it's like, okay, cool. We're happy to hear you in 2022. This is your second album in over 2 decades. Make it worth it.
It was because it was harder than the first one. It's twice as hard as the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Twice as hard as the first one.
Wow.
I don't know about
twice
that
as hard.
part.
I mean, to each. You know
Yeah,
what
to
I mean?
each. Yeah,
But-
everyone feels a
but
certain
this-
way about it.
To your point, if you wait a long time and you have placements and things, you're going to naturally evolve, right? So this is what I heard with this album. However long it took them to do it, I know the body of work and the raps are way better than the first one.
Wow.
I thought Talib's verses were harder this time around than the first one.
That's
but then,
me
like,
saying. That's
but
me
production-
saying. Like, it just, the production was just different, but the raps were way better.
You working with
Way better.
Madlib, not MC Basement DJ.
It doesn't matter because
Now you can't.
Madlib
But
has
work
some
his way.
MCs
He don't
too.
mix. He do everything dirty.
Yeah,
That's what Madlib always been doing.
Madlib has always been about the raw sound, very little mix and mastering done.
Right.
Like if you listen to that first Lupac album, it sounds like a demo tape.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
I love it. But
A
I will be the
little
first.
cleaner than a demo, but
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
cleaner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
a
then
little
I was
cleaner, but-
like, that was the 90s though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But
It's
Madlib,
still the same vibe.
it's the same
though.
vibe. Like even his
Because all right, how I feel about it, I feel like see, y'all made me think in perspective now because Mighty Mos Def versus Yasin Bey. That's 20 years of
two different rappers.
yeah. It's two
That's two
different
different
times, energy, two different things. Now I think the production could have been sharper. I don't know which beat tape they got,
Right.
but they should have got one of the Freddie beat tapes. Kind of would have collected a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
Now you should have got a Freddie. Don't
yeah, I would have got
Sit
the
on-
Freddie beat
sit on
tape.
the Freddie
Yeah.
beat tape.
Yeah.
Right,
Freddie
if he
beat
had the bandana beat tape, then we would have a whole different.
Yes,
vibe.
that's what I'm
Oh,
talking
oh my
about.
God.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm talking about.
It's
Yeah.
not
Right.
like Madlib can't produce, but I think this production was real somber. You know what I mean? It's real light. And okay.
My
and
favorite
then
track was the
It's
one
a
with
ja-
Black Thought.
It's
I
a
like Frequency.
what it is. It's a
I don't. It's like I don't dislike nothing. It's
Yeah.
just like what I listened to, and when it came to Mos Def, I felt Yasin Bey. I don't know. It sounded like he haven't rhymed in a long time.
But then he still did that stuff. They still did that like 2-song 45 that I got with Oh No. And then it was supposed to be the Blackstar Aretha Franklin project. That was like 5-6 years ago. And like Oh No laced them.
Well, I think they have an issue with releasing music and who's getting the money from it. Just like everyone else who's now realizing, like, yo, if I put our albums all on this streaming shit and get all this, Who's really going to get the compensation? Because the way they released this music was very interesting. It was not.
Yeah, they put it on
it
was on a podcast,
Right.
And not a
app.
popular one.
and not even one of the popular ones.
Right.
So that was
Funny we say that.
Damn, how we get that synced?
We the Fly Nerd.
but yeah, so they put it out on Luminary, and as we saw in our conversations with Ambi, shout out Ambi Warhol,
Shout out to Ambi, man. Where you at?
shout out to Ambi
Peace to Starscream.
Starscream out there.
He out on Moonbase 2.
Man, that damn Moonbase 2
Gathering
got
Energize.
Moonbase 2 got jacked. So all right.
Wildlife is colonizing.
Hope you're okay out there on Moonbase 2.
He'll be back.
But Ambi was saying that he was saying that they got paid up front, and it was and I get that the upfront money. I completely understand that as an artist wanting to be like, yo, here's what I would like to make from this, and you gonna pay me for it, and if it makes money for you, not my concern, but thank you for paying me.
Okay.
I felt like they isolated a lot of fans that way, and I felt personally they could have done better by just launching a website and saying, hey, pay for it. Because you know what? The digital piracy happened anyway.
Oh, that shit was rocking.
Right.
Really? You all have copies?
It's like 4 days later. People,
I haven't checked lately.
I'm just saying, but from the time it came out.
It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Right. It's in there. Right. Hush, hush. Before Talib come after.
But they're like, what the hell? What's wrong with Bandcamp?
Exactly.
But even Run the Jewels, I mean, I don't know if people pay attention, but Bandcamp, I get.
Oh yeah, Run the Jewels on Bandcamp.
Yeah, they're on Bandcamp. That was a huge
Bandcamp.
announcement.
Yeah.
And they originally gave all 40 albums out for free. I mean, initially the first 2 weeks they were free.
Right.
And now they're on
true.
Bandcamp.
And they sell their merch through Bandcamp. RTJ got a strong merch game.
Oh yeah.
But they did it off their site.
Before Griselda, RTJ.
They did it off their site though, too.
They did it all off Bandcamp though.
No. They did it off their site.
The other one. Yeah.
They did the Run the Jewels. Yeah, they
That's right. They had the RTJ.com.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because then they would partner with Adult Swim.
Right.
Then they got with Mass Appeal.
Right.
And then by RTJ3, they did their own thing, and they were such a machine that I get the emails.
And they still had the
they
Mass
was-
Appeal endorsement and the Adult Swim endorsement, even when they went and did their own thing.
Right.
They had a lot of underground rappers following suit with that too, and that's how they grew a fan base.
Because that's how you pinpoint your shit. You get your fan base. And then you get to target your market, and then you're making the music.
I don't know, man. I got an older white lady, for instance, at my job. She's in her 60s. She don't really listen to rap like that. She might know 90s stuff like PE, and she like Rage Against the Machine. But Run the Jewels audience is vast. I saw the Coachella set.
Yeah, but if it's one thing, love him or hate him, LP has always been a shrewd business dude.
Absolutely.
Love him or hate him, he's always been a shrewd business dude. He's always found a way to make his lane.
But he was depressed. Well, you got to understand. Okay, back to this message. This is trauma because it was a combination of two things. Killer Mike was trying to get from under the shadow of Outkast because all he was known for the whole world. He was like, dude, I'm a way different rapper than that. And then so he wanted to get from that. And then after the fall of Def Jux, LP was also depressed and down and wanting to make music. So LP made those two depressed albums, the Cancer album and something else, and he asked, and Killer Mike tapped him to do rap music.
Yeah.
And so once that happened, the tandem was formed. Like you had two guys that were traumatized by where their career was at their lives. A highly unlikely combination and tandem. And then they came together, and then they did Run the Jewels 1 just to see what
would happen.
Yeah.
To see what would happen. Yeah.
And then once it took off, yeah.
Turning back.
Lexus commercials, all types of shit, dude. Black Panther.
If you have a whole album dedicated to cat noises, then you in a place of experimentation that's good.
Yeah, especially
That's
if you got
true.
people like Just Blaze and
You see what
other
I'm
well-known
saying?
producers doing tracks on that.
With cat noises.
Meow.
Right.
Meow,
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 meow the
meow,
jewels.
meow, meow,
Yeah,
meow.
Meow the Jewels. That's a
Meow,
real album.
exactly.
Yep,
No,
Meow
real
the
talk.
Check
Jewels.
it out.
Yeah, that's a real
And you
album.
get the vinyl. I
Meow,
mean,
meow.
dude, they killing it, man.
Yeah, and they made that. So I was perplexed by by Blackstar not doing something similar, because I'm not saying put it on the streaming or whatever, but just
At least Bandcamp.
make a website, make it accessible to your fans, put some exclusive merch up there, put some exclusive, like, some vinyl. It's people out there that would rock for all of that, and
Yes.
to me, it could have made a much bigger splash, and I think the long-term return could have been greater than taking the Luminary money up front, because I believe their fan base is stronger than they're giving it credit for.
I agree with that.
You got to believe in yourself.
You got to believe in yourself. You got to be willing to
Damn.
bet on yourself.
Damn.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
So they took the upfront money or whatever the deal was
Dang.
from Luminary, and much like and once again, not knocking the hustle. Y'all got your money. Y'all got paid.
I'm knocking the hustle.
Y'all
My
got
life.
paid, but to me, much like that player that
Send them out. Launch them.
much like that Kanye media player. Only a certain amount of people got it. Only a certain amount of people gonna hear it, and it's not.
But the real motherfuckers, and that's what maybe
we
it's
ain't gonna hear it.
Well,
maybe
hold
it's
on,
not
hold
an
on.
appreciative listen.
Kanye next month. That Donna Deluxe is coming on deluxe quadruple vinyl, $60, $54 to $60 a pop. He's still releasing that album.
He is still
He
releasing
still got
the
vinyl.
album.
Yep.
So there you
Not
go.
the- not
There's
the-
still an album coming.
Vinyl.
Vinyl. There's still a vinyl
Something.
coming.
Not to
gotta
mention,
happen.
was it Balenciaga? Who did he partner with the T-shirts at the Soldier Field seance?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It
So,
wasn't Gap.
It wasn't Haynes.
You're right.
oh, did you see that?
Blue.
Did you see that Gap commercial?
Which one?
The one for Mother's Day when it shows him in a picture doing he did part of the
yeah,
Life of the Party,
I-
and then like at the end it had Yeezy YZY and the Gap symbol. That came on yesterday. I saw like what the hell?
Yeah,
It was like a minute.
I saw it on YouTube.
I saw it on TV.
Yeah, I didn't see it on TV. I saw
Woo,
it.
either or.
That was on Hulu. I was like, yo,
Yeezy and Gap
Ah,
back
yeah.
at it.
I feel like I walked through a multiverse, man.
We did.
You did. Well, speaking of the multiverse, someone got they
See,
shit.
there it is. Yep, it's in the ID, and he's rapping. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
dope commercial.
Wow.
Yeah, he's rapping verses from Life of the Party with Andre 3000. And by the
Wow.
way, that goddamn track better be on the vinyl.
Wow. That's still creepy. That's creepy to me, because maybe I'm not hearing the music. But what I see look creepy as fuck. Yeah, right. I ain't tripping. That shit look creepy as hell. Like, just look at that shit. You got this whole Smith and Wesson popping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the new Kendrick.
The new Kendrick video.
With the Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Nice, the Marvin Gaye sample for those that don't know.
Ha ha ha.
So
However,
how y'all feeling about the new Kendrick?
I like it. I predicted come out the same week as the album, just like I thought. Like, yeah.
I
No, it
woke
come
up-
out Friday. The album come out Friday. That's the release date.
I woke up and saw the video. I was like, what the fuck did I just see right now? I had to watch it a couple of times. It's kind of ill, though. It's kind of ill.
all right. So as far as the song, I like when I fuck with Kendrick Lamar, I always like his B-sides a lot. And The Heart was always like a B-side series that he dropped
Yeah.
since his
Yeah.
first album. So The Heart songs to me be like his dopest shits. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that album be cool. I'll be waiting. All right, Heart, what's up? What's up?
All right.
I always check for The Heart because there's always some dope shits. Heart like 3, part 2 is fucking ill.
There's 5 now.
Yeah, and then, so we have 5 right here. So I actually had, it's like, damn, you got me, man. All right, I'm gonna check it out. All right. Heart, my favorite series that you drop. All right, so I checked it out. I liked it. I liked the lyrics. He always compiling information, man. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's always a treat to hear what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Dude, he compressed enough information in a Baby King song to get a goddamn Grammy. Yeah.
Right.
That was
Hey,
good
there
time.
go all that
Actually,
bad.
when it's
See,
16,
this
good
is
time.
bad. This is bad lip beats.
Touche. Pussy.
Doo-doo-doo.
This is bad lip been doing for the past decade and a half.
So, Blackstar not fucking with Mad Villain?
Hey, dude, that's
Beat-
a
beat-wise?
hard comparison, man.
Beat.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not.
This is classic. This is good. This is good now music.
It's good anytime.
Good, see? And that's
Good
the
now
problem.
music.
Good now music. That's
And this
interesting.
came out, what, 18 years ago?
Good now music. I hate that term. Like, music was always made to be legendary. Like, you will never hear Tribe
Transit-
Called Quest say good now music with the low end theory and shit. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I get what he's saying though, because this is timeless though. It's no matter when you play it. Like for this one, so I get the sentiment behind it. Ooh.
No,
I
you
get the
should
sentiment.
make music to live long, not like make music for the moment.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always have that one song that's cool, but then like I mean, when you go to the Adidas store in Wicker Park, and you hear "Pass Me By," I heard "Ain't No Half Stepping" and Big Daddy Kane. This was Saturday afternoon. This wasn't a long time ago, so they were playing it, even though it was weird. They muffled out machete and knife. You just a butter knife. They muffled that out. Yep, they did that. By the way, "Pass Me By" is a 2-minute song. I don't know what the hell they say in the last verse that offends Adidas, but the point being is, those songs are like
I gotta
30 and damn near 40 years old, and you can still play in the store. You still see customers in. Even the goddamn sales associates like, yeah, that's how you should make music. You don't know what year that came out.
Right.
I mean, I was talking to the kid. He was like, "Oh man, are you an old head?" No, he was like, "No, shit, yeah, this is cool." Yeah, that emotion sample's real dope. By the way, same emotions album that has a sample for Verbal Intercourse, and everyone should look forward to Nas with Wu-Tang this September, in Tinley Park. Just a couple segues, but the point being
Talk
is,
about information. Jesus Christ.
Condensed information.
You like the matrix of information.
but then like you should make music that's talented. Like you can play this now. Did it come out last week? Did it come out 10 years ago? You don't know. You just know like yeah. People dumb. People want to go in and remake it.
Mad Villain is such an ill album. From
Which is
top
why
to
when it
bottom.
came out when it did, and I had a conversation with I talked to you earlier, like who fathered the style, Rock Marciano or West Side?
Oh yeah,
Gun?
we had that conversation earlier.
But if you want to talk about a raw aesthetic, as raw approach to an album, this precedes both of those said artists.
Well, this was the blueprint, sir. I
Not
think-
exactly, because the blueprint was already over there. Now, what happened was Rock Marciano left Flip Mode when Flip Mode was in the height of Flip Mode.
Yep.
When Flip Mode was very when Flip Mode was very versatile. They had street records, they had party records. Tell me if I'm wrong.
no, you're right. They
You know what I'm
did.
saying? So then Rock Marcy went and did Marsburg. That set a precedent.
But why Buster cut his ear off? Because it seemed like he just heard of them niggas last week.
Really?
Whoa, really?
New York was the last city that got on Griselda, right?
Really?
Not last week per se.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like I
that
got
why
what
they-
you meant. Like they was like the last to the party.
Yeah.
So is Griselda the current atmosphere where we give them money to make houses and shit and pay hundreds of dollars for aprons?
Cheers to that.
It's a precedent that they're setting as far as hip hop is being judged and determined by, and you get a bunch of underlings like, well, let me correct it because it's about to go on the interwebs. I don't want nobody at my crib.
Yeah, that's the thing these days.
I will say this: they created a lane, and a lot of them adapted the ad libs that is signature Griselda, and y'all know who I'm talking about, right? And it was riding a wave. And the thing is that separates this present hip hop from the other ones. you didn't ride a wave to like 94, 95. And think about it. What are the groups that came around between 93? No, let's start with 91. 91 and 92 to 93 to 94. 93 and 94, that's when you got Super Backpack, right?
True.
And that went for a wave. Till it was like, all right, we went from backpacks to like shiny suits. That had its
That
wave.
was a Diddy.
That was a Diddy wave. The Diddy.
But Diddy was back since 91. Think about it. So he's watched the whole wave, and look at how Bad Boy kind of bounced back and forth.
He was riding Heavy D and Jodeci
Yeah.
Coattail. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
at
he was.
Uptown
That
Oh,
New
Office.
Jack
yeah.
Swing situation.
Yeah.
Look how Mary got placed.
True. True.
I'm telling you. And then her official was when she did a joint with Grand Poopa.
What's
the 411?
Absolutely.
What's the 411?
Now you're dealing with the guards and the backpackers.
Word up. You gotta come back.
Because it always comes back, and that's what I find fascinating is how all this stuff does a 360. You know what I'm saying? Like we went from 93 and we're back to the nostalgia of 93 with artists like Rock Marciano,
Whoop, whoop,
Griselda,
whoop, whoop,
Crime Apple,
whoop, whoop.
RXL.
That name always
Tim's.
gets me. Crime Apple. That name just gets
I
me.
mean, is his
I
music,
think it's like
isn't his music
Every
really
time.
good to y'all?
Some.
I
I
only
mean,
heard a few joints.
so I mean, it's a mixed bag like anything else. Like there's
Nah, not with me.
you know,
It's
mixed bag.
entertainable
It's not.
as a
See,
Action
and that's
Bronson
that's
album.
the what you called it. Today.
music
Right.
music
Yeah,
for
it's today music.
today music.
Nah, man. See,
Dude,
that's
a lot
the
of stuff on
digestible shit.
But when
What-
I say
It's fruit
say
roll-ups.
but when I say today, I mean it's then I need to come up with something else because it's nostalgic, but it's now.
But will
You
it
see what I'm
age?
saying?
Will it age badly like a lot of that Dipset stuff?
Yes.
When they went against
Yes.
when they went against the Locks, that stuff aged very badly. On
That
the verses.
Locks versus is gonna last forever.
Right, but the Dipset shit.
Jada put on a clinic.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
I'm telling
alone.
you.
Absolute clinic.
Oh, by the way, we talking all this down the street from this very studio. Griselda would be at Radius, but by the time this airs, it would have
It'll be
already
over.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and also don't forget June 7th on another Tuesday, you get It's Almost Dry tour. Pusha T.
Ugh. I watched his Drink Champs.
I watched some of it too.
Yeah, I watched his drink. It was real interesting. I liked his diplomacy.
His stance on his look. If I had an issue with you, it's all good.
Yeah.
But I'm good. He don't play industry games and none of that shit.
Because he's smart.
Yeah, he's very
I
smart.
mean, this is a guy that came out on what, Pharrell label on Star Trek to being like a dual rapper to like coming out with his own shoe, being a president of a major label, and then like pretty much outing his worst enemies in bad ways that actually affected said artists.
Yeah.
Three of these guys are major artists have been grossly adversely affected by his lyrics, and they changed their lives.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Including
He
recently,
made Drake be a father.
he made Coi Leray look lame. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Coi Leray
Yes.
looked lame from when she said it,
But-
and then with her daddy putting out that whack ass song over the weekend as well.
Oh, wait, you still make music?
Yeah, man, it's a video of him, and he's like, "Yo, check out!" Like he cloud chasing, so he puts something on IG, and people spread around. He's like, "Yo, check out my new song," and his old double dragon villain looking ass with his bicep flex, right? With his bicep flex, rapping like he just got out the trap.
Wow.
This is what I was saying. Now music. You know what I'm saying? It's happening right now. This shit has no weight. It has nothing. It's strictly trendy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything
But it's
has
so
either a
much
month
of it.
or a 6-month lifespan.
It's too much.
It's
of
like,
it.
fam, how was you you were still whack in 97, but how was your 97 whackness better than your 2022 whackness?
Because the
People
audience
in
is
your
dumber.
ear.
I mean, look at some of these rapper names. Young Puda or Poop Butt. I mean, what the fuck are these names out here, dude?
Not the name.
I mean, like
Little
the
ass
name.
white.
Get off my. Hey, man, Wu-Tang had Shorty Shit Stain, fam, and 60-Second Assassin.
That is
It
true.
was some names.
60 Second Assassin sound
That's,
dope.
but not Shorty Shit
Shorty
Stain. But not Shorty Shit Stain. That's not a cool name.
Okay.
If you walking around
Wait.
and your name, hey, what's up?
What major?
I'm Shorty Shit
I'm sorry.
Stain.
What major album by him do you own?
None.
See, I rested my case.
Zero.
These
Zero.
guys got label deals.
Non-marketable name.
They got label deals. They all in my inbox. Like people like say, play this shit. I'm like, yo, are you serious?
Little Queef. Lil Queef and the Poots. Lil Queef and the Poots.
I mean, it's just, it's something
All
about
beatbox
that.
album. All beatbox album.
Oh, grossest beatbox album of all time.
I mean, people gotta realize there's power in the name, and I guess that just went out the window these days.
Once you could just call
Because
yourself Lil
everything is
something, I
click
believe
and-
it changed.
Everything is click and play. Everything is a hashtag. Everything
But
is all that.
but even
algorithm
look at
push.
who went from bigs to the
The
littles.
Everyone,
Know what I'm
everyone used to
saying?
be a big.
Big Daddy Kane, Big Sean, Biggie Smalls. It was big for a
Big K
time.
Max.
It was, but no, big was a time for a while. So what's a really good conversation is like when it go to little, like you somebody's underling and you
Lil
okay
Wayne,
with that?
man, he started that
I
whole
see
feel
what I'm
you.
thing.
saying?
I feel you.
Lil Weezy.
I follow. I'm walking with you.
I mean, I don't disagree, but Lil Wayne started that, and then we got Lil Baby.
But see,
Lil
Lil
Baby.
Wayne
Same
could actually rap,
mentality, that's
though.
what I'm saying.
He graduated from that shit.
Yeah, he
he
did.
graduated
I wouldn't
from
call
it.
him Lil Wayne today. You know what I mean? It's like
What he say? MFM. He got so many names.
all
Tunchi.
that shit. His name Wayne.
Wayne.
They call him Wayne.
Wayne, man.
Wayne,
Rapper
Wayne.
man. Rapper man.
Rapper man Wayne.
Rapper man.
Rapper man Wayne.
Not rapper man Wayne. Damn. Yo, it's gonna be some country rapper coming up soon.
Rapper man.
I mean,
Wayne.
they may
Rapper
already be
man
out.
Wayne.
They just didn't put the single in my inbox yet.
Yeah, it's coming, man.
I mean, dude, what dude calls himself Bozo? Bino Bado. I mean, he sounded Def Jam. That's a real name. You call yourself Bozo.
But that's what you market to the audience. It's a whole big responsibility that, you know what I mean? Hey, we speaking on it casually, but I mean, that is decreasing. It's like, it's not empowering no more.
I mean,
You know what
there are now rap name generators.
You even got veteran rappers that's scared of putting out their music because of the way these structures are, and they don't want to fuck with none of that shit.
Well,
Get all their conversation.
In light of that, man, shout out to that new Cypress Hill album. Well, it's kind of old now, been out 2 months, where Black Milk did the whole thing.
Yes.
That
really?
shit is fire.
Yeah.
Dude, Black Milk, those beats, holy shit. I
It's
thought
good.
Muggs couldn't be top. I was wrong.
Wow.
I like
Yeah.
that new Black.
Yeah.
I like the new Cypress Hill album.
And I think Muggs was just pretty much on the engineering on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So pretty much Black Milk did the tracks, Muggs did the engineering.
Right.
Okay.
So they worked together
Yeah,
to get
that
that
shit
site.
is
Yeah.
tight.
That sound.
Yeah, and Be
So-
Real don't sound like he lost a single step. It's a little more rasp to
That was,
his
a
voice.
that was a saving grace for the album. He sounds the same.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sounds the
Now-
same. Yeah.
Now, after that, the beats are cool. Now,
thought the
to
beats
go
were-
as far as like to take Muggs out the equation is a little blasphemous.
No,
Not really. I mean, like I put it on the
I
same
mean he was
level.
still involved, but he
Right.
just took
No,
took his hand off
but
the-
it was cool that Black Milk took the controls. That's why I was like, and I don't know if it's this year, but it's been some very weird combinations that actually kind of work.
Multiverse.
Like
shit, dude.
like Cypress Hill and Black Milk,
Yep.
Terminology and Paul Wall.
Really? Oh yeah, that just come out.
Yeah, see?
That just came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
But
was
it-
a
that-
weird
yeah, that came out,
combo.
what,
And
2 weeks
Static
ago.
Selector on the beats.
Oh, Static did the beats.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Static did the beast and Terminology and
Now-
Paul Wall on the bars.
Mix all that up in a pot, and it's.
I'll keep my
it's-
opinion about terminology to myself.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
like,
what? Me too. Me too.
I like the Denzel Curry album, even though it's not a single. It's not a
Still
single
trying to wrap
producer.
my brain around, dude.
Who, Denzel Curry?
Denzel Curry. Yeah.
He's
Why?
what?
I don't dislike him. I'm just like trying to figure out
Trying to
like.
understand it.
I mean, he's a young
Yeah.
kid. Like he could do a rock rave show. He could do a hip hop show. Like tracks like the Ills. It sounds like a premiere track. It sounds like Me or the Papes. Yeah, I mean, like the track is on that kind of level. or he could do the trap rap, but he always says something. That's on the game. It's like it's kind of sublime the way the kid raps. He's been written up as being born in the wrong era. Like if he was born in the 90s, he'd have been way bigger now. But I mean, Denzel. I like Denzel Curry a lot. Like I see his name, I'm going to check it out. And I've been to a couple of shows. The kid got energy. He don't like rap over like He don't rap over like his vocals and shit. The motherfucker play the instrumentals. He get up there. He give you a damn show. That's what you pay for. Otherwise, you play the damn MP3 and shit. Watch YouTube. Right. See that shit. And then like what is it? Satucci and stuff. Like the Japanese like the way he did some of the it's like the what is it, Saturday afternoon kung fu movies.
Yeah.
He had a lot of that on this new album. Obi strips on the album stuff. He said, "Look into my eyes and see your future." That shit's a dope ass album title. That's one of my favorite albums this year so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't dislike Denzel. I mess with, he got songs I mess with and songs I don't mess with, like a lot of artists do, but I never, whenever I see he drops something new, I tend to give it at least a fair listen.
A fair shot.
Yeah, I give it a fair listen, man. Like I said, some of his stuff I like his more drillish, trappish stuff, I could do without, but some of
that one.
But sometimes he lays some bars. And
like the Flying Lotus track.
The Flying Lotus track is dope.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the Flying Lotus track is dope. Yeah, I just he's just one of those guys with a mixed bag. He has a mixed bag catalog. You got to weave your way through it to get to the gym.
The joint he did with Robert Glasper, since they're on the same label, it's a real nice tandem.
Which label is this?
Loma Vista.
Yeah, they both on Loma Vista.
Same label as Common and Little Dragon, and I think now Sample the Great is on there. Because Sample the Great has Denzel Curry on that new single.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's a very tight label.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's independent, too. It's under Universal, but, yeah, it's independent. Common's on there, too. Did I mention that?
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you
job,
did.
I guess.
Yeah, they dropped Marilyn Manson.
Of course they did. But y'all, it's been a power pack start. We got a lot more ground to cover. We're going to stretch some legs. Everyone go get a refresh your drink. J-Dot is going to spin for you in just a couple minutes. But it'll be more Fly Nerd Group right after this. Yo, we are back. One love to J-Dot for spinning some of the raw shit.
Yo, he was snapping.
He snapped on the break. He
played
snapped
that Cypress Hill joint.
Yeah,
he did. He played the Cypress joint.
He did play that, yep.
I played new joints, so
yes,
y'all
sir.
could, get up on your things, you know what I mean?
Get up on your things. For sure. But yo, it's
Transition.
The behind the scenes conversation was crazy.
The behind the scenes conversation was indeed crazy.
I almost want to reenact it, but
Oh man.
Nah, that was once in a lifetime, like a Haley's Comet.
you could have seen like Peaky Bastard bought life.
Is it fresh?
Is it fresh?
Is it fresh?
Is it fresh?
Is it fresh? Is that
it
what it looks? Is that how it look?
That's charming. Speaking about charming, let's talk about Dave and Buster's, man.
Ooh, what's that?
What's up with Dave and Buster's?
Now we mean Dave and
Busters. Dave Chappelle, man, he got bum rushed. You didn't see that?
Oh, yeah.
Dude thought he was Edge and tried to spear him.
But they're like,
and caught multiple hands and feet.
dude, his
All
arm
of
was
his
like
hands.
this.
His
on the
arm was
stretch.
twisted around.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
like the wrong
I
way.
swear to God, but I never seen no Tom and Jerry shit until I seen that shit.
All
was
he
so
need was like the cloud of smoke and a fist.
Right. It was like just tumbles and fists. It was tumbles and fists, man. It was a couple celebrities there, like a couple celebrity heads, like
Jamie
Busta,
Foxx.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Foxx.
Dude, Busta Rhymes used to make skits about whooping niggas' asses, dude. Like, you do not want to catch those hands and give a nigga like that opportunity to beat your ass legally.
Right, exactly.
Because you made the first move.
You made the first move. You
Yeah, you
attacked
ran
this
up.
dude. So how y'all feel like about people just running up? Because I told y'all this shit was
Yeah,
gonna happen.
we spoke about this.
I told y'all this
I avoided
shit.
all
Where
this
Andy at?
conversation on CTA radio, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
Yeah, but then I mean, it did set a really bad precedent. And then like I don't know if this joke is real, but what Chris Rock made first he said is that Will Smith.
I mean that was a good.
that
but
was
you
a
know
good-
what? He can make that
Yeah,
joke.
that was
man.
a
Yeah,
good
no,
comedian.
there's nothing wrong with
Right,
that. He's a
yeah.
comedian. I hope
Yeah.
he does make good jokes.
Right.
But then, like, the point was that, like, man, I got slapped by the softest rapper in hip hop. That was fucked up.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that was like something to chatter.
Yeesh. Would that make Macklemore harder than Will Smith?
Yikes! wait. Would that make
I don't
Drake
wanna
harder
go
than
there.
Will
No,
Smith?
I don't want to go there either, man.
I
mean, he thought he could beat Mike Tyson. I mean, wasn't it?
he did think he could beat Mike
He
Tyson.
thought he could beat Mike Tyson.
What when he did the Ali movie?
No, his actual song. I think I could beat Mike Tyson. Yeah, the song.
I thought that was real
I've
life.
been
after he
training
did the
20
Ali.
hours a day, lifting big old cars and big bales of hay.
You know, it's tough.
I don't know. A couple people.
He fought Freddy Krueger too. He got in the ring with Mike Tyson. Got in the dream ring with Freddy Krueger.
There you go.
Fought his mama.
Right.
And Parents Just Don't Understand.
And
Chilled us out with Summertime, but he didn't. Then he did Wild Wild West, and there's a lot of
yeah,
the song and the movie.
that
and
part.
Jiggy with it.
Yeah, but Nas wrote that, so Nas got to take some heat for that. That's Nas wrote that.
Nas up to his old tricks.
He also wrote "Welcome to Miami," I think, for him.
He wrote that. Oh yeah, he did write a slew of songs. For
Yeah,
Will
he
Smith.
wrote a bunch of songs. So him and Jay, I believe, wrote for Will.
Yeah.
Will had the money to afford them as
good.
ghostwriters.
So is it true that Rakim wrote Summertime?
Probably, maybe.
I heard Juice wrote something.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that Juice
Yeah, I never
wrote it
I
too.
never got the full skinny like who actually did it. So there it is. Urban
Yo,
folk.
someone
Y'all
out-
find-
if someone
y'all
out there
find
knows
out-
the truth,
Y'all find out. Y'all go to the Fly Nerd Facebook group and y'all post.
But then,
that
like,
shit up.
it's another part of the story that's equally crazy. The dude was only 23, and then like he
had a song about.
he had
Dave
a song
Chappelle.
about Dave Chappelle called Dave Chappelle with the name spelled
Now let's go about this
Incorrect.
kid. Now, first of all, this kid is 23.
right.
Some say he was what is he? Dr. Doom supporter.
Is it like is it trauma? Are we going back to trauma?
What-
Mental health is ultimate wealth next to physical.
So he was a dude that had hate songs for Dave Chappelle or something.
It wasn't a hate
And
song.
songs, it was just
It was like it's like he used Dave Chappelle as like a verb. Like I'm a Dave Chappelle. Like so it's like almost like an homage.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to get money like Dave Chappelle. I'm about to do something. You know, like
Oh.
so he was like a fan. So I don't know what set him. Do we know what
this
set him off?
motherfucker ran on stage and he speared the motherfucker. He tried to do something, but he didn't do anything. These frail ass little boys run up on stage. Like, what's your whole
But
motive?
then like dude also had a replica gun that
Yeah,
that,
replica
now let's
gun
get
that-
into that.
that could eject
Who
a
the
knife.
fuck invented that shit?
That's real. Yeah, that's
so
a
it's
real.
a gun. They say you never bring a knife to a gunfight. So
But
you
he
gonna
had
bring a gun,
a replica
that
gun with a
have a
knife.
knife in it?
But then wait a minute. The bigger question is, what the fuck security? They be all on you and shit like the boss from Minority Report with your phone. But you mean dude got in with another object? It's all weird.
That's what I'm saying. What's all this? Fake gun props and.
Well, I mean, if they had to go
whatnots?
through a metal detector, it was plastic, so it wouldn't.
First of all, who in the fuck would carry that gun in real life? Like,
Right.
Somebody who got some plans to hurt somebody. Because you only get about one, maybe two good uses before you gotta
You
figure
going
something else
scrap,
out.
Yeah.
But then like,
So hope you aim well.
I don't
but
know how it works.
how's this change the dynamic moving forward? I mean all this stuff, it's not superfluous because it's very pertinent. It's the security of the actual performer. But how is this going to affect the actual fan experience moving forward? So now you're going to have to pay $350 to see
For
Griselda.
increased security.
That's what it costs to see meet and greet Griselda tomorrow. By the way, that's not a fake number.
$350.
That's not a fake
Just to
number.
say hello?
Yep, that's not a fake number. So, I mean, like, are we going to be at
Good
that
for them.
point? Or are we going to be like, would it be the old casual, hey, I'm the artist speaking to my fans?
Oh,
Or-
no. All of that's been cut off. And this is what I've been asking since that, because I was asking that question. is it legit for someone to run up on stage? There's a
Never.
certain thing
No.
about the performer in the stage and the person in the crowd is supposed to be that. You know what
It's a
I mean?
buffer. It's a buffer.
It's a buffer.
Now,
You're
if
supposed
I'm
to
out in the
cross
crowd-
the barriers.
If I'm out in the crowd telling jokes, maybe I'm a little more fair game.
Now,
maybe.
if you do jump on, you see little Gohan. You catch the Gohan. You catch the motherfucking the Power Puffs. We get into these hands. Now, you run up on stage, the consequences is ongoing because now you're in their territory. And you try to inflict harm to a performer, a very wealthy
you got one
performer.
shot.
You're lucky it wasn't a Dora Milaje laundry service.
Man, dude,
Got
well, he
folded
got
up.
cleaned up. He got the Mojo Jojo. He definitely got the Mojo Jojo.
You got folded
Dude,
up.
look at that head, bro. Like that head. Look at that arm. Like that arm is out of place, bro. They broke his arm. Like he said it. That's one dude. He actually ran into the cloud of smoke like Chappelle, a real nigga.
like
Like, he a real nigga.
just fist and
Like,
shit
you
coming
ran up
down.
in the crowd and put a few hands. Yo, man, when you run on stage, luckily he had Busta Rhymes, Jamie Foxx, all these niggas, man.
Because
Yo.
the question becomes, what happened if you not Dave Chappelle with famous friends and famous muscular friends?
Like when T.I. Let's flip the reverse. Like when T.I. came
go.
up on that girl
Let's go.
on stage,
go. Right.
she had nothing.
Nothing.
She had nothing but her
a microphone.
but a microphone in her hand.
Right.
And so had T.I. at that moment chosen to take it beyond that,
I mean, he was pretty abrasive.
he was
doing it
abrasive, right?
anyway.
Yeah, he was
shouldn't have
abrasive
been
anyway.
up
He
there.
shouldn't have been up there point blank
How
regardless.
y'all feel about T.I. being a comedian?
I mean, if he was
What?
funny, it'd
Is
be
that-
if
that's-
he,
that's
if
a
he was,
thing?
Yeah, if he was funny, it'd be
It's
all
the
right.
multiverse, man.
Whoa.
It's a situation.
What?
If you're situationally naturally funny, that's one thing. But I wouldn't take that act on the road. Because
mean,
that's
he
a
was funny in that,
that's
man.
a whole different situation.
That was a written script. That wasn't wrote by him.
Well, most stand-up is written by a room full of people.
But can he deliver the joke?
Oh no, I mean, shit. I'm still
He
tripping
has
like
the
that's a
disposition
thing.
to do so, I think. But would I recommend him doing that as a second line of work? Nah, not at all. Because you have people that study the craft.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Jordan could only do so many things.
Right.
He couldn't play baseball that well.
Right, and
My point.
And he was like, okay, baseball ain't for me. Back to killing you on the court.
Oh, but no, he delved in golf too.
He
I
did,
mean, but
what
everyone
I'm
play
saying?
golf,
Yeah, everyone,
though.
but, like-
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, not everybody's cut out to be excellent at everything.
Man, back to them hands. He caught all them hands. He was excellent in catching them hands.
Wow. But they're like, I never even heard the song.
Professional
like, what the
hand
hell?
catcher.
I wonder what the song.
You were
I'm
Yeah,
not
he said
here
he
to
is.
listen to music. Like, I don't care about this dude music career. Like, please, only music.
I was gonna buy the EP.
Sweet chin
Yeah,
music.
sweet chin music. Caught it. Ding. That's all what it's about, dude. I don't care about this dude rap's career.
What you talking about, man? He was up and coming, son. Man.
Maine, rapper Maine,
Yeah,
rapper Maine Wayne.
He fucked around and found out.
Yeah, he
That
did.
that is the definition of fuck around and find out.
Yo,
In the worst way.
In the worst
in
way,
the worst way, dude.
man. Because
Stop running up on stages because you're going to get your ass whooped. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. We ain't playing. The next move is going to be either separation, up in ticket prices for VIPs,
Oh, that's already happening, by the way.
or it's going to be tougher security that's going to fucking be like Total Recall and shit. You're going to
I
have to walk
mean,
in to
like
get the
House of
skeletons
Blues is
game.
one step from that. I mean, think about it. You can't even walk. Unless you are a female with a clutch or a very feminine man, you can't carry anything larger than a clutch that's not a clear bag inside the House of Blues. Even if it's records. And then, like, they say, like, well, those girls, like, just have a clear bag. I mean, women have all types of things in their purse. So they got to check in their purses. So it's like security is already there, depending on the venue you go to. It's like,
It's going to be RoboCop.
yep, it is.
Freeze.
Me and Kyle
Robert
had
Freak.
RoboCop. Remember we went to the North Coast Festival?
Yeah, RoboCop. You encountered RoboCop. I thought he was going to crush my camera.
Yeah, man.
We in
Kyle's had it.
fucking festival, fam.
Right.
Chill out, RoboCop.
Do you have it in the bottom pocket, underneath the flap, underneath the bottom pocket, inside pocket?
Underneath the fucking
That dude
towel.
went straight to it. I watched him do it.
What is this, creep? It's a camera, sir. It's not paraphernalia. No, it's a fucking camera. Don't crush my shit.
Use it to
Please
take
make-
pictures.
Yeah, right. I'm just here, photographer. Carry on.
Actually, he made us go back to the car.
Do you smoke your drugs in here? It's a camera,
We're
fam.
outside.
But no, I mean, I think the dynamic is a very bad precedent, and it's not good moving forward. On top of everything else we already dealing with. So I mean, because I know people have told me, well, we had to do the same thing at Soldier Field, a football game. That's because Terror was like targeting like mass capacity venues. I don't want to go to a concert and feel like, I'm going to an internment camp or anything.
But you're getting it from the own crowd. You are getting people. So if this dude is anybody, you get some heckler is crossing that limit of contact.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where it just get fishy. So I mean, I ain't gonna put it on Will Smith or nothing like that. I mean, that is kind of funny that Chris Rock was there and he cracked that
right.
joke.
That was very ironic.
Yeah, but I mean, it just still was an example. I knew a copycat was going to happen.
Yeah, and this is not the it's not the first
It's
of the
not
last.
going to be the last. So yeah, if motherfuckers.
Well, that's terrifying to know that.
It is terrifying. If I was
Yeah,
not gonna
because
be
there's
like-
actually women performers and all types of stuff that you know what I mean. That,
Right.
That go
That
out
may
for the
not have the
dolo.
budget.
Yeah.
They may
you
not
know?
have the Dave Chappelle budget, or like I said, the muscular, famous friends on the side waiting to whoop somebody's ass.
What's about to happen is that
What's that shit?
it's gonna be like that's him. That's that guy before he got his ass booked. That's like off his page.
Yikes! Wait, is he one of the demons that was like guarding the little thing that Wanda was in? DS2.
This is a throne.
Right. Dude, that was a bad line.
It's the
That
it's
was
the
a bad.
motivation.
They said that shit. I'm like, come on, son.
All right, let's
It's
just get
it's the
into it.
motivation
Let's-
to come outside to do some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, where do you have to be to initially just come outside and kick some shit off? Outside of clout.
So this premeditated, right?
He thought this shit through.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go up there and rush him with my knife gun.
I'm telling you, and there's a group of his friends that he talked about. Hopefully, there's one or two that was like, "Nah, my nigga, chill." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Man, fuck that. I'm gonna do it."
He did it. He tried to skate. He tried to skate some of them.
But then, like, now we're dealing with a bigger problem: the
What's
monster
that?
of social media and 15 seconds of fame. Is it worth it?
So that goes back to the Mike Tyson. That goes back to.
That goes, yeah. Everyone testing everyone.
Yeah. Ooh,
Until you catch them hands.
But no,
Both versions caught hands. Tyson and
But
Chappelle.
then, like, it's also
hands.
you don't see this happening to a lot of like you just see this happening to black entertainers. You don't see this happening to a lot of other entertainers. What's up with that? You think
No, you just see entertainers throwing chairs at women.
wow.
Point. It was a karate match. You just got a point.
Akuma.
But yo, we have delayed it. We have mentioned it. It's come up in passing this episode. Let's just go ahead and get to the meat of it. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. It came out. We've seen it.
Should be
How
called
do we-
multiverse of maternity leave.
Multiverse of maternity leave. All right, hot take from the villain, the multiverse of maternity leave. Oh wow.
All right.
All right. So how we feeling about it?
All right. Well, this is Doctor Strange 2, second installment. Doctor Strange been through a lot of shit since his second album, second movie.
This is his first movie.
He's struggling out here in these streets. He's real. He got snapped, which was mentioned in the movie. You know what I mean? He's not the Sorcerer Supreme because of the snapback and all that shit. So, this is a Sam Raimi movie.
Unfortunately.
I think there's some good, because when I watched it First of all, let's talk about that burger.
Segue into Kaz and I hanging out on Thursday before going to see Doctor Strange.
Right, man. This guy. He's
So
a chef. He cooked marvelous shit.
So I spent the day prepping my very special canna burger. So like I marinated the meat. I did the whole. It was a whole thing.
Pause.
Whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, whole thing, man. Hey, man, we talking about cooking, man.
You gotta say pause sometimes.
We
I
talk.
thought that played out, man.
I don't want them to
Cooking.
rewind it. I don't want them to rewind it.
We talk about cooking. If I can't talk
I don't
about
want
it,
them to rewind
if I can't talk about cooking, it's a problem.
For our
'Cause
protection.
It's things.
For
in- it's-
protection.
It's things in
Protect your
cooking
neck.
that just sound like that. All right, we just got to be mature about it.
Yeah. We gotta give the audience some credit.
I made sure that the ground beef was properly seasoned.
Watch your words.
Wait, it wasn't ground turkey?
No, it was ground beef.
It
Watch
wasn't
your
jackfruit?
words.
No, it wasn't jackfruit.
God damn it, man.
Jackfruit.
He not woken up. He not woken up. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, man. One eye open.
Ah,
Or is it? Or is it?
Or is it one
No
eye?
food group is
Still
safe.
two.
right,
No
right.
food
right.
is
There's
safe.
no food terminology. There's,
Nothing safe.
I can't. What? I made a hamburger and it tasted nice.
Okay.
And I infused it with cannabis. End of story.
And it was great. It was great. It was great.
Did
It
you do
was
it
great.
infused or incursion?
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. So, but
Oh,
we
my
both
goodness.
had a burger going.
FCC Maxi over here.
Right. We both had a burger going in, and so we were quite spacey. Ah, fuck it.
Ah,
Fuck it. I stopped talking.
kill the
Fuck it.
story. All
Kill
right.
it. Right, kill it. Kill the whole thing.
So so I seen the movie off the Cannon Burger, so I had to see it twice and shit. This is just because, that was a good movie. Now visually, I don't have big problems with this movie, but then I have some problems with this movie.
Okay.
So this Doctor Strange, he realizing that he ain't gonna be with his girl and shit. And he's just going through the motions and shit, and then
Picking up the pieces.
Wong, he running the show. He got the training camps and everybody doing their thing, which is dope to see. You know what I mean? Wong got a little army popping. But then this multiverse shit kick in. He having these dreams. He's seen this girl, America, all in his dreams and shit. America Chavez. And she's a multi-dimensional traveler.
Yep. That is true.
The visual was dope. I liked how that creature was chasing after her in the opening scene and had her in that star pop. You know what I mean? Like, that was a good visual. I did like that shit. And like the traveling, I like that. I like the visuals.
Yeah, like them
for the
spinning.
most part.
Them spinning through the multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shit. And yeah, dude, Wanda. All right, so this is some of the problems because Wanda. I'm watching for Wanda, and of course they made her heal. So Scarlet Witch is evil. She's still looking for her kids and shit, which is kind of funny though by the end of the movie because it's like,
Dude, it was obvious that they said in mid movie, like, dude, what's gonna happen to the real mom that you replaced? The kids gonna be like, okay, yeah, you just took over our real mom. But
yeah.
shit.
So she was trying to find a
that shit
multiverse so she could find her kids, and then she was going to
But
step
see,
into that.
yeah,
At
multiverse.
least Rick and Morty smart enough to find out where they die and take over. Then this movie.
Well, she was
like-
just gonna do a full on possession originally, and just pretty much like merge on in. She wasn't gonna do.
She's going to use the dark hole, right?
Yeah, she's gonna use the dark hole to merge herself into the. So she wasn't gonna. There was never gonna be the replacement. Like she gonna go over there and like outright kill the other Wanda.
I mean, they
She was
never
just gonna
Well,
merge
that's
with
why
her.
she wanted America, because she wanted
But
to
she
get
would-
there.
Yeah,
right
She
to
wanted
get
to
there,
be-
but she was
take
going
her
to
power
Right.
to use that
to
to
merge, but she wasn't gonna murder her in front of the kids.
I don't
think that was
I
ever
don't
the
know
plan.
the way
I
she
mean,
tossed
'cause
her in
she-
that
I don't think that
room.
was ever
Because
the
he
plan.
said she wanted to make sure that no one could come and get her. They can't. That's why they wanted American power. No one would come back and get her either. They can't come for her.
Right, can't come for her.
Right. So there's only one solution. You're not mentally invading someone's body. You're taking that person out.
I just don't think she was gonna do it in front of the kids I don't think it was ever her intent to kill the mother in front of the kids.
Maybe not, but still the whole premise is like, what the fuck, really? I thought this was a multiverse of madness, not the multiverse of scorned woman.
Wow.
I mean, like, shit.
And that's kind of what it was.
Yeah,
because
like Kevin Feige a fucking liar. This is the third time he lied in Phase 4.
Yeah.
He told us that, Shang-Chi was going to be a martial arts masterpiece, not like a goddamn derivative ripoff of Rush Hour 2. Shout out to TBS. When that came out, they kept showing Rush Hour 2 to remind everyone that, yes, this scene is derivative and the fight sequences in that. They didn't even do the fucking multiverse right. I mean, literally, like, I wasn't joking. Rick and Morty did better smarter multiverse traveling than this. I mean, at least, like I said, they're smart enough to get a dimension where themselves are dead or, like, transform or morph. I mean, she was going somewhere, like, actively live, and I couldn't tell. Did the kids have powers? Did the kids not have powers?
We don't know.
All right, yeah.
We don't know.
So yeah.
We don't know.
I agree with that. That was the first thing I said when I came out. I wish there was more multi-dimensional travel.
Actual real
madness. My bad, I'm dropping the books and shit. But real multi-dimensional
That
travel.
book you're holding, isn't that the one with Nightmare?
I mean,
doing Dreamwalking, the Nightmare is on one of those fantastic.
Dreamwalker, Nightmare didn't show up. I thought it was going to be some traveling where he was going to go into the dark, deep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, once they spent 3 minutes in that one, I was like, this is where they are. This is it. This is the only. This is the only visit. Yeah, I said that. This is the only visit. This is the only true visit outside of the other Doctor Strange.
Why did they explain it? Like, just a little. Like, they didn't need a lot. A little exploratory information. Like, okay, is that like green energy? Why the flowers were on the buildings? I mean, talk about why the Ultron bots were used as security. Like, in that, it's just a little exploratory information or background.
I think
we could have
sometimes they hire directors and just have them to direct the movie. As you can see, like before, when they had directors that was conversating with each other about the whole storyline, that's what made the whole thing fun. You know what I mean? That made it all fun for the creator and for the viewer. You know what I mean? And experience as well.
It's cohesive.
Right. It's cohesive. So now you just hiring the director like they did with the Eternals and shit. You know what I mean? If they had some more people that just was more of a think tank together, maybe this would have came out executed a little bit better.
I have a question. Why is Jon Favreau not directed any other Marvel? I mean, I know he did his big Disney, his Star Wars stuff,
right?
And I get that, but he did Iron Man 1, right? Am I correct?
Iron Man 1 and 2.
Iron Man 1 and 2, and while Iron Man 2 was
that wasn't his fault. That was because the dude over Kevin Feige, who subsequently got fired, was like, studying the whole process. So at that point, that's why Iron Man 3, Kevin Feige was more in the driver's seat, and that's why he had more control, which is precarious because the guy. It's like the same thing with what's my man that did Precious and all that. He did all these big movies, and then he did Venom 2. I'm like. And he was just in the Batman. The dude know how to what a good movie look like. How you do Venom 2, you put it in the can, you ship it digitally and say like, yeah, I nailed it. No, dude. I mean, that's why I'm asking about Kevin Feige. Like, this shit that's not up to par to anything.
But that goes back into the Moon Knight. You promised a brutal Moon Knight,
yes.
fam. And not that I'm putting everything on his back.
I kind of am because he's the front man mouthing the information.
That is true. So,
I mean, for me, I enjoyed the ride. It was very much.
Now So there's things to enjoy. The ride was good. That was some of the things that I did wish. I wish it was a little bit more and more. If Wanda had more depth of a character, like you know what I mean. Like
the series did more justice.
Yeah, and they kind of degraded her a little bit from the series. And like you said, I didn't think the kids had powers. There's like the little things that was missed. I don't think I'm putting that on the director's fault because I know he's not at home watching. Sam Raimi wasn't at home watching WandaVision and shit. You know
I would have hoped so. I mean,
I think it's a case that they brought him in as a director and they said, "Here's the script," and he probably gave more notes on the act. He gave more notes on the scenes that interest him the most, which is the action and the special effects scenes, which he nailed. I felt he nailed those
because I like the Illuminati. So the Illuminati came through.
Yeah, but they're like Scott Derrickson had a different vision, and then once he stepped away, and everyone like kind of like took a dump on me about it, but then like my expectations were lowered because I know what Scott Derrickson, he actually cared about the actual material of going to hell, dealing with Nightmare, and actual Mephisto. But then like, man, once Kevin Feige like backed down for that true horror, that true multiverse of madness story, and dumbed it down to this, yes, I agree. Like visually, oh yeah, I was excited to see John Krasinski finally in person as you know, Mr. Fantastic, and yeah, you did kind of right by Captain Marvel. But damn, you made her go out in like a loose flame. The best death was
Black
Bolt.
Bolt. Nigga.
That was the
Black
best
Bolt
death.
was the best death.
Yeah, that was the best death.
Yeah, that was brutal.
That was
brutal.
dope.
Yeah,
as
that was
hell.
a dope death.
That was
She
brutal.
was like, what mouse?
Yeah.
Like, what?
And then he tried to talk.
And
Oh, because that was when I was at AMC Dobley. That was one action that actually made people jump back. I
Yeah.
saw it like people like, oh,
Yeah.
because they ain't expect it.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was really dope. And that was something, these are the things I did like about it. And I like that, all right, so the Illuminati, I don't know, I didn't like the directive though, because they was like more concerned about Doctor Strange, and the problem is coming, she's right outside.
Right.
And Mordo was like, I'll cast my votes right now.
You know,
I'm like,
Yeah, it kind of Mordo's lines after what Charles Xavier did took away from that scene because it's like Charles just pretty much said, "Yo, let him go."
yeah, let him
So
go.
what's the?
Here's the thing to get to the book of the first.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
so
he gave it the whole shit.
Vashanti
yeah,
or
he
whatever.
gave he gave him the whole game. So at that point, Mordo was just acting as selfish bastards do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, for vinyl collectors, well, by the time you see it, it come out Wednesday at noon, but it still may be copies. The vinyl is red with black splatter in the middle of the vinyl for the score. And shout out to Danny Elfman, who I normally don't like. I'll speak on him later. But yeah, the score come out Wednesday on black and red splatter vinyl. But it's actually a track called When They Come Back. I'm like, no more though. They're not coming back. You hear you see the building shaking, and everything. Like you hear screams and shit. My beloved Ultron box gets killed,
She over
and
there
they're like,
cleaning house.
right. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll cast my vote when they get
But
back.
see, it was some of the visuals, like that fight scene when she was fighting the bots was off the Marvel game. Like she was doing the same moves.
Yeah,
and
same
stuff.
moves,
Like,
yeah.
That was cool.
That was kind of dope. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
That was
There
awesome.
was some few things that he put in the movie that was like, all right, dude. You know what I mean? So it still held its weight. I did like the John version of Reed Richards.
John Krasinski.
Yeah, but she killed him off. She cut him to Play-Doh and shit.
Yeah, real
That shit
quick.
was really wild, man.
But what about the Captain Marvel? Is it that Marvel does not know how to write? Like, if you don't get, like, Russo's or somebody or even Peyton Reed to do these female heroines in the Marvel Universe, they don't write them right. They write them weak and one-dimensional.
Well, that was Wanda, I believe, overall, because I mean, like I
Who
said,
wrote
a lot
this?
of deaths was snatched away from her,
Yeah,
just making her the heel and shit, which it was dope, but still,
not that much. It would have been doper if, like, Mephisto was at the top of the food chain and one of the mid-credit scenes like, shit, this almost worked.
yeah.
That shit, or like what you said,
Yeah.
Cos, what you told me when we were talking offline, when you said, like, what about the scene when she snapped Professor X's neck and said no more
What she
mutants?
said, no more mutants.
That shit would have been cold.
No, that
that
would've
was some, like, House of X shit, dude.
So they used the Professor X from the X-Men cartoon.
Which was cool.
Yeah, which was
It
cool.
was cool. They gave
But
him a little music,
see, they
too.
made them expendable. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm
real
saying.
quick.
They made all
Because
them
that's X-Men,
expendable.
that's Professor X 97. So yeah, you could do that because you could just always bring him from the movies.
Yeah.
You can just bring him from the movies, and that's what. And unfortunately, and we spoke about this a little bit after we got out. What they've done is they've given themselves a lot of easy outs and a lot of ways to say, "Oh, this didn't work multiverse."
Yeah.
Oh, this didn't work
This is
multiverse.
what you were saying.
But that's
Yeah, and this is
lazy,
what
though.
this is what I didn't want. This is what I didn't
you
want.
didn't want. And they end up doing it anyway. We giving them a reasonable doubt. It's like, all right, well,
I'm not anymore, dude.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was I'm glad that Thor necessarily doesn't deal with multiverse. It's his own insulated story
Right.
so far.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that-
We don't
I
know
mean,
what Jane Foster is, but we'll.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but still, because it's that, and then what? The Marvels.
Because I don't think they got into the meat and the bone. I think we
Not
got
at
more
all.
into the multiverse from Spider-Man.
yes,
And
Yeah, it was
understanding
more
the
to. Yeah, it was
concept
definitely
of
more to
that
it. Yeah.
Thing, understanding the concept, because it was more about Wanda and these damn kids, which is fine as a subplot or as a story, but still, it was no other villain. There's
Multiverse
no
of
other
maternity
problem
case.
besides if you're traveling through the multiverse. When you encounter some type of threat and things,
I would have at least hoped when they were spinning through that they would have made those worlds slightly more recognizable. Even if that was the time to do
Yeah,
your
that's
cameos right there.
Exactly.
Like
right.
that when they was tumbling, they could have been tumbling over the X Mansion.
That's
They
what
could have
I'm
been
saying,
tumbling.
right.
They could have been tumbling
Right.
over where Deadpool is. They could have.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
could have had.
What if Deadpool showed up?
Or even that. You know what they could have done in all those split screens? They could have had both Toby and Andrew. You don't even need them as actors because you could just use the CGI swinging.
Yeah.
Like spider sense go off and they look
Yeah.
up and Doctor Strange in America like, poof, and then into another one like Toby look up like what's going on?
But
All sorts of things could have happened. They could. Oh man. They could have given us Days of Future Past. They could have done so many things.
I said this a year and a half ago once Scott Derrickson left, that Sam Raimi does not handle complex storylines. When he did Spider-Man 1, it was Goblin. It was a good story. When he did Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock at the top, it still holds. That was an awesome movie. But Spider-Man 3, you had Sandman, you had Venom,
You had
and then you
everything in
had
there.
Hobgoblin, and he didn't handle that real well, dude. It was like,
Well, you gotta learn how to make deal with multi.
but then like it's been 20 years. What
just
the
in
fuck?
storytelling alone.
I know, but
You
then
can't
like,
just be one person
but John
and the
Watson,
bad guy.
but John Watson had a problem doing the Spider-Man movie, and that dude did comedy. He did the remake of Vacation, and he made a good Spider-Man trilogy. So I
Well,
don't know, man.
I don't know. There's some goods and bads with this Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I don't leaving it. So what was the cut? Who was that character at the end? Of the
That's Clea, his future wife and the actual current Sorcerer Supreme of the Marvel Universe.
Is that Charlize Theron?
Yeah, Charlize Theron. Yep.
So
I said it wrong.
what did what did Doctor Strange? So what's going on? Like,
I mean,
And
like,
as far as him not being
is the multiverse still cracking? So it feel like Loki
yes.
and the motherfuckers, they did the problem. They the problem over here.
Yeah, the problem is what Loki started, what Spider-Man and Doctor Strange made worse, and what we'll probably see more repercussions from in Ant-Man. I do believe
That's
like
a year
this.
away.
I do believe this probably added on to it in some way, shape, or form because the walls are getting thinner. You know, this is the classic. Oh, the walls between the universes are getting thinner. We're doing more exploration. So what this did do, which even the bad Marvel movies did, is add location and add more depth to what other directors and other storytellers can play with.
I got a question then. Then I mean, as someone who has I have a degree in physics, then this is exciting. Then that means you're not relying on magic and like rampant sci-fi. You're dealing with more quantum mechanics because originally DS2 was purported to be the gateway to the whole multiverse cracking open. It wasn't the case.
Well, Loki was
So-
obviously.
Yeah, but then like Loki was, but this was supposed to be like to make it out of control. Like, holy shit, what are we dealing with? Like, you can't wait.
Multiverse of man.
Right. So my question is like, so Ant-Man 3 is gonna be called Quantumania. So yeah, and then like I'm real excited to see what happens with that. And
I know
yeah,
they're
so
gonna
that
be in
means
the
it's gonna be
quantum
like
realm.
quantum mechanics. And for real fly nerds, physics is your best friend.
It is.
Also, a random note, I can't think of the actor's name. The black guy who was in what you call it? What's the DC movie that DC show that just came out on HBO Max?
Titans?
No,
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be the High Evolutionary.
Yeah, he's be the one that did that grafted Rocket. He's gonna be the father of Rocket.
Yeah, the High
Really?
the High
Yeah, Guardians
Evolutionary.
3.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
he got casted as that.
The High Evolutionary is, and see, and in Doctor Strange they mentioned Mount Wundagore, and for those of us that read the books, where was the High Evolutionary's lab? In Mount Wundagore.
Really?
So what did you pick
I did
up
not
from
know
the
that.
movie
That's what he said.
That was like comic book Easter egg-ish that you enjoyed.
Pretty much the Illuminati thing. That was just fan service, and
Yeah.
that was cool. It was a cool little bit of fan service. I like them opening up Mount Wundagore and making it.
So they killed Thanos.
Apparently,
And
Without the
they
X-Men.
apparently.
I mean, without the gauntlet.
I mean, he didn't have all the jewels in the gauntlet either.
Yeah.
When you saw that gauntlet, he only had 3 jewels.
Okay, they were smart.
And it was Doctor Strange involved.
Yeah,
and
okay.
and they, saying, so it's like Thanos versus Black Bolt without the full thing. That's actually a real. That's a tough
test.
fight.
Yeah,
That's a tough fight.
But then
That's
like,
a test.
but then like everyone pissed on the Eternals. I still like the Eternals for the story background. Like now, the deviant story make more sense.
Yeah, it makes it. Yeah,
And
it
then, like,
all-
because in
it all
Hawkeye,
links.
when they had in the bathroom, Thanos was right. Because it's like if it wasn't for Thanos snapping people in half, then the Celestial would have busted through all these Celestials would have busted through the planets, and a whole planet full of people been dead. So maybe that was hit. Not only was he an eco-terrorist on the surface, but he was also giving the middle finger to Hiroshima and all of them. Yeah, I mean, but that's why I like. But then like also the scenes they took out, like when they say like with the old girl Sprite, when she said when the outtakes were when they went in the museum in the beginning, they had a scene where the boyfriend dude from Game of Thrones, he was walking around, oh, this was like some kind of dinosaur. No, this is a deviant. And then like he said, well, he described something else in the museum, this was that. And then she was like, nah, we kind of like, we gave you all your like stories and illusions, like money, politics, borders. And that was a powerful line. Like, at the end, she was like, you are all one species to us, and you all create these fake facades and stuff to separate yourselves. But I like how she said money was a facade. That was one of the outtakes. I bought the Blu-ray. I had to. By the way, if I'm not back, Steelbook of the Batman come out on the 3rd Tuesday in this month.
3rd Tuesday this month.
Jesus.
Steelbook Batman.
Maximum information.
Maximum information.
Words.
But I mean, I guess at the end of the day,
I like the movie now.
Yeah, I like the movie. The
I
narrative was not that was not that deep. The story itself was not that solid.
Yeah.
It was pretty flimsy, but the action sequences and the way it was overall handled was decent, and I enjoyed the ride. But it's not
my top Marvel movie.
It's not my top Marvel movie. I did not feel like I went through the multiverse of madness.
Thank you.
I felt like you jumped to a couple cool places.
Yes.
And that was cool. I'm not mad that they went to a couple cool places.
Too. Just a couple spots.
Just a couple spots.
But they're like
couple spots of madness. Couple spots.
Yeah, that's what you should call it. Couple of spots of madness with a maternity case.
Couple spots. What it should have been. You know how you flip this movie and make it sell. This was just the Scarlet Witch's movie.
That's it.
Just
I'll
make
take
it
that.
the Scarlet.
This should have been the Scarlet Witch.
It's the Scarlet. This should have been the Scarlet Witch solo.
Should've been Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch featuring Doctor Strange. Purple tape.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, hold on. So are they afraid since Black Widow didn't turn out to be what they thought, even though Captain Marvel made $1 billion, it's widely derided. So are they scared to like helm top bill female led movies? Is that what Marvel's saying? But then even beyond that, yeah, they should have just delivered. They should have let Scott Derrickson do what he said he was gonna do. It'd been much more fulfilling, in my opinion.
Fulfilling, I would.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know Scott Derrickson would deliver. He got another creepy movie coming out this June. So it's a letdown. Like Scott Derrickson.
Scott Derrickson's like, I'm putting the devil in this bitch.
Right. He was gonna.
No,
put the
you
feast
can't
on.
just do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah,
You can't, motherfucker.
it does seem like some of the chances that were being originally taken are being held, are being pulled back. So,
but why? You're one of the most successful franchises in
I
movie
just
history.
told you why.
I could fight these chicks.
I don't want nobody making movies on no studio. But that's all terrible, dude. Really, if that's the house of the mouse.
I'm hoping not. I don't know what it is. I'm maybe it's complacency. Maybe it's that the hunger is not there because it's proven. So maybe it's just complacency too. You know, it could be complacency.
It's fear though too, because like Moon Knight, come on, bro. Like you watch that.
Are you scared of parents for Disney that you pull back everything and like you?
Cause I'm saying though, dude, I don't want to see a watered down Wolverine. I pray to God.
I don't want to see a watered down Deadpool. I watch Deadpool. Too
I don't want to see a watered down
FXX.
Daredevil. Don't do Daredevil if
No.
you're not going to deliver the
Right.
deliverness.
All we can do is sit back and watch.
I don't want to see a watered down Blade. We saw what happened in Blade 3. That was PG-13, by the way.
But that was also a lot of conflict between Wesley, the writer, the director,
yeah.
and that was like a huge like him and Goyer was like ready to kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, no, but then even beyond that, even though the action and shit was way toned down from what Guillermo del Toro and Goya did in the first movie.
Yeah. Goyer did the first one, and that was bloody, and then he teamed up with Guillermo del Toro.
And he made it super bloody.
Made it super bloody, and then for some reason, like studio interference maybe, but also all those beefs. I think Goyer was just kind of like, yo, I'm ready to be done with this, because Wesley was beefing hard on that set. It was a hard Wesley like shoved a $1,000 camera down, like fuck this camera.
And Patton Oswalt didn't help. He's like a gossipy chick.
Yeah, so and he was leaking stuff from the set.
Patton Oswalt, he talk a lot.
Oh, Pat, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt was leaking a lot of stuff from the set, talking a lot of shit.
I never liked that dude.
So
nah. I mean, he played a little like Goblin of that announced Thanos' brother, but yeah.
He's Pip the Troll. Yeah, he's Pip the Troll.
Yeah.
Which and that fits.
But
That's
he also
fitting.
did the voice of that terrible Mordo show.
Modoc,
Modoc,
yeah.
He was the voice
I
of
didn't like
Modoc.
Yeah, man, that shit was awful.
Oh yeah.
Hey, they're all other shows. The Man Who Fell from Space. With,
I've been meaning to check that out.
Yeah, that's on Showtime.
That's what do, right?
Yeah. If you haven't checked it out, Resident Alien Season 3 is coming out this summer.
Okay.
So that's real good too on Sci-Fi Channel. It's something else. Oh yeah, the shit with Thanos. Outer Rim, Outer something that's on Amazon.
Oh, with Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
It's out now.
I call him. Yeah, it's out now.
Yeah, Outer Rancher or something like that.
Yeah. That's on that.
It's like
Amazon.
Space Rancher.
I mean, so we got. It was Star Wars Day this past week. May the Force be with
May
you
the
always.
Force be with you too.
I mean, the Ben Kenobi shit, I'm excited about that. The Inquisitors is after him. They got Vader, Anakin back in there. So that's coming out the 27th.
That should be dope. I'm excited for Obi.
June,
Obi's looking good.
what is it? June 3rd. We can look forward to season 3 of The Boys. And then we got Miss Marvel.
Woo!
Coming out in June.
That's all in June.
And let's not forget, for me as a Doctor Who fan, we have had 2 black doctors. One part-time one and one full-time coming into the role.
So what's
I
the difference?
I gotta get up on that.
And Kuti Gatwa, is a young African actor,
Okay.
British descent.
Okay.
He is
They're
going
all
to
British.
Yeah, they're all British descent, but he's coming on. He's going to be the first person of color to play the Doctor.
Yep. I thought it was a woman.
Now the woman, she played the fugitive Doctor, which is like William Hurt's Doctor, which is kind of like one of the side doctors.
All right. I'm glad you clarified that because I didn't know.
Not a side chick doctor, but like a doctor that had to.
Chick doctor.
Yeah, he said side chick doctor.
Hey, where we going? Go see
My side chick doctor.
We gonna go in the booth, man.
Work it all out.
She got-
Work it all out.
Doctor Who, babe.
Yeah, The actress,
Who-Bang.
the actress Jo Martin played the lady, the fugitive doctor.
Okay.
She played the
So-
fugitive doctor,
So she the fugitive doctor, not side chick doctor.
not side chick doctor.
Not Dr. Who Bang.
Right. No, not Doctor Who man.
I'm
side
going
chick
to
doctor.
Doctor Who, man.
Doctor Who man.
Doctor Who, man. Doctor Who, man. Guess who, man? It's Doctor Who, man.
Hey, but you know what? I mean, one last thing with DS2, I was disappointed because everything, everywhere at the same time with Michelle Yeoh and Short Round. By the way, that is Short Round from Temple of Doom. I mean, they did such a better job of like exploring multiverses and different emotions and had more of a dearth of actual like storyline and nuance. On top of the fact, I didn't know like after Indiana Jones, I can't think of the guy's name. The guy that plays Short Round. He actually said he practiced different martial arts, and well, I called him the Daniels, the director. This is something he quoted. He was like, "Man, I know you worked on big budget films, but hey, you know that scene because it's a scene in the office where he's doing this shit with the pen and the belt, and it's like awesome. He's like, it's an actual fighting style, and they're like saying like, I know you done this in major studios, but yeah, you know, Joe Fixit and Hulk didn't drop the gold brick on the back, so you gotta do this in 2 takes. And he was like, holy shit. So they did the first shot, and he didn't get it, but the second take, that's what you see on film now. So if you're not seeing that film, everything, everywhere at the same damn time, same time.
Same damn time.
Same damn time.
Same damn time, man. Same damn time, man.
Same damn time. It's the same damn future.
That's the director's cut.
If you ain't seen that, definitely go check that film out. That also deal with multiverse. It's not comic book based. It's just about life. I mean, the energy that you put in this life doesn't reverberate through other versions. That's one thing about Doctor Strange too that was dope. That line was dope. That said, when you dream, are you actually living out your other versions of yourself in another multiverse, in another segment? That was dope. But go see the Michelle Yeoh Short Round. I keep calling it Short Round because I can't think of the actor's name. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Awesome movie with Jamie Lee Curtis. It's super dope. The fight choreography is really good. It's still in theaters. Check it out. It's no excuse not to see it because, I mean, I want to see Firestarter. Shout out to Blumhouse. But there's nothing else coming out until Jurassic World or some shit. John Wick 3. John Wick 4. Oh, yeah, that's something else.
Next year.
But wait a minute. Something else, I don't know if you all talk about this. The whole thing in Vegas that happened with the people of the films. They did shots from Expendables 4, and they did shots from John Wick 4. So John Wick is in his the sewer or the underground, and then like he's punching wall, and then all you hear is his voice saying like, "I'm gonna fucking kill them all." And then Larry Fishburne said, "Go ahead." It's like, so John Wick 4 is gonna be that thing, and it's not Japanese Breakfast. It's one of the other artists that's like her that's gonna be in that movie as well. So that come out next spring. They had Expendables 4. They got a lot of people in it. Sylvester Stallone is stepping down. It's going to be Jason Statham's vehicle from now on past 4. But that's supposed to be crazy as well. What else? They did that. It's like several films they did like crazy previews for. And yeah, it's not the CinemaScope. That's what they call it, CinemaScope in Vegas. It always happens around this time in normal times, and it happened this year. You should always follow what they say because usually that come to fruition.
A lot of trailers, a lot of information. Yeah. Come from
that's something like that's something maybe Fly
No,
Nerd
Fly Nerd
2023
needs to be there. Yeah.
in Vegas.
Absolutely, man.
That would be nice. Vegas trip. I like Vegas.
You do?
I got
don't
family
like
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
I don't like Vegas.
I got family in Vegas. I've never not had fun in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
I only had fun when Dale and them was spending money on my parties.
Nah, I never had.
I went
been,
for the CES, Consumer Electronics Show. I didn't like it there as a regular person.
I mean,
As a
I've
regular
been
person.
I've
The
been to
bots.
Vegas. I've been to Vegas
I
3
came
times.
back as a bot. Shit.
I've been to Vegas 3 times. Each
I
time
got bot tech, man.
was better than the last.
Bot
so.
man.
Bot man.
Bot main.
Bot man.
Bot main in Vegas.
Bot man.
What happens to bot main in Vegas?
Stays in Vegas, man.
Stays in Vegas, man.
Or the internet.
I'm gonna get bot life on video in Vegas doing something bogus.
Yikes.
Not bot man. Not bot man.
Yeah, bot main.
So did we talk about the Kendrick song? Did we?
Yeah, we
did.
we did that part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did.
Wait. Is that Kaz G, Earth 616?
Oh no, this 312.
Oh shit, it's Earth 312. This ain't Kaz. This ain't our Kaz.
Eliminate him.
You gotta be from Earth 773. That's how we know you legit.
Oh.
No. 312. That's my phone number.
312
Bot
is
life.
the originals.
I get that, but 773 took over. That was the come up.
The original man.
That was 312.
Nah, whatever. You can now. It's whatever you want. You got a cell phone. You can pick. I can have a 212.
847.
Right. I can be whatever
Same
I want.
word.
I can be whatever I want.
From the bottom of bot life, you're welcome.
So what's up with you, Max, man? What's cracking with
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on. And inform us of what you got going on in your villain life.
I mean, I've mainly been doing shows. Oh. This is a PSA, and it's very important because if you follow me on Instagram, you know, yes, I've been fucking hacked.
Yeah.
Yes, some asshole in Georgia hacked me. It's fucked up. Two things. One, protect your neck and your account. Use multi-factor authentication, either Google Authenticator, Apple Passwords, or Dual Mobile. Use one of those 3 tools to certify all your accounts. I had it on my Gmail. I didn't know it was available for IG, to my dismay. And also, I added Massery. Massery sound like nothing, but it's the fuckhead that runs Instagram. It's a CEO. I added him yesterday and said, like, yo, if I do a show and tell, like I did show and tell for Trial Called Quest with the sample example, you give me for trademark infringement in minutes.
Right.
Some asshole hacked my damn account, and it's been 8 days. It's now 9 days, and the ineptitude and the incompetence of your health team was worthless. Big tech protects big corporations. They care about the labels getting their nickel and dimes, but if you get personally hacked, which fuels their money, that's why they're billionaires. Yank is a terrible politician, but he was right. 2 things. 1, you're going to want universal basic income because everything is being automated. 2, we should own our own person. We should not be beholden to goddamn Instagram and all
that.
Meta.
Bro.
Yeah, so, if it's so, the shit should be a utility like electricity. So we own it, not private billionaires and fuckheads that go to Met Galas and shit up there with their mom and call her a supermodel. Sorry, Elon Musk's mom is not a supermodel. And he got this for a date with a hot chick that I won't mention.
Nah.
But that's all.
Yeah, because your shit was hacked, and now you sending everyone Ben's pictures and shit. It's
Not only that, it's like it's hacked other accounts, and I've gotten out of 2,000. I had over 2,000 followers, so I got hundreds. I got a few. I got at least 100 calls in the past week. Multi-factor authentication, PSA, protect your accounts. And then, Fly Nerds, Next Generation, develop the net platform.
Thank you.
That's
you.
That's
There you
the
go.
thing, because we complain, but where are we gonna go?
Exactly.
I mean, we don't like ComEd, and these guys hate on me, so I won't build a time machine and support Tesla, so we can have, we won't have to pay ComEdison. We would have electricity in the air. But seriously, like the tech, the science shit. I went to an AWS thing week before last. It was 70% Indian. If you think you're mad whenever you call tech support or help desk, it was free. They gave us food. Like they had the size of that table with the setup. They had that times 3 of just food, hors d'oeuvres, all types of things. Plus they had real cloud engineers to train us on AWS for free. We were the minority. So were whites. It was all Indian. then Asian, then kind of like whites and us. And mix
Y'all
together.
better learn that code shit
We-
and learn how to
we-
write that language.
be a
or
real-
we gonna be,
be-
stuck.
be-
We
be
gonna
a-
be out the box again.
You
You
know
don't
what?
want to be out that digital box, fam.
Yeah, I mean, people say what they
Like it or
want.
not. I mean, you know what I mean? Like some, the Matrix and all. Yeah, but
We're here.
yeah,
I
we
mean,
here.
That's just an excuse to stay ignorant.
Yeah,
when people say
exactly.
that, that's just an excuse to stay because you're only as old as your ability to comprehend new information.
Exactly.
I firmly believe that. So as long as you keep
Oh
this,
yeah, that movie's dope too.
as long as you keep this active up here, keep learning, keep expanding. You can do anything like don't set limit like it's digital, this. You know, guess what, man?
Nah.
You if you that worried about it, you wouldn't have a cell phone in your hand as you talk to me.
Exactly.
So like people come up with the lamest excuses. They sound ignorant. They sound out of place. Just learn, upgrade yourself, adapt or die. That's just what it
That's
is.
it.
You adapt or you die.
Survival of the
So,
fittest.
you know, time waits for nobody.
Yeah, man.
Stop just using your phone for dumb games and like look and see what WorldStar doing. Instead of WorldStar videos, look at videos how people like create videos, how people like do photography, how people do things, they code. It's like there's a lot of stuff you can do on the low for free. You can even go to the library broke
Right.
and do this stuff and come with a pen and pad.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not saying like everyone's going to be able to do it, but I'm saying there are opportunities in all this to do it. And apparently, based on that thing at AWS, either they're using H-1B visas, or a lot of them are here, as far as the Indians, and they're taking advantage. They're looking at the opportunity and saying like, man, these are not like chump jobs; these are like six-figure jobs.
Right. Yeah. No.
And you learn cloud engineering.
Right.
I mean, yeah, AWS had the proprietary things, but there's Google Cloud, IBM Cloud, all those commercials you see during the sports game. By the way, NBA playoffs are dope, and all that other stuff going on. Yeah, so yeah, that's going on. The tech stuff, it shows Lil Sims. If you like Venom 2, she's dope. You should see her. She's gonna be at Metro, I think, this Sunday. She's gonna be in Chicago Sunday. So it's on Coffee with a K. She's Afrobeat artist. She's gonna be House of Blues if
Okay.
that doesn't get canceled. I mean, Pusha T, June 7th. Bilal is gonna be at City Winery on May 21st, I think. Yeah, or May 20th. So Bilal gonna be here. Goose Picnic is on the first weekend in June. It's 2 days this year. And that lineup is crazy. I mean, you get Benny, Black Thought, and I can't think of the DJ name. And Rick Ross going to be on that too. The DJ. Yeah, I mean that's just that. That's not counting.
That's a
That's not
tough
count-
lineup.
That's not counting everything else that's going on. So it's a lot of concerts, and I always say CTA Radio Wednesday nights,
There you
9
go.
p.m. to 12 a.m. www.whbk.org.
About damn time.
I mean, like, yeah, I mentioned a lot of things that happen here on this show. I mentioned the show, and it's streamed live on anything at 8.5 if you're local. I play a lot of new music. I can do what the hell I want in my life, bro. Kanye line. And so that's happening. That's still live. It's interviews going on with that. Hopefully I get my Instagram back. And, yeah, I mean,
Were you starting a new one?
dude, I had over 2,000
You said
followers.
don't do it.
I don't know yet. Yeah, it's gonna take a while, a whole new name, and then like, how do I direct that traffic? I just want the account closed because the asshole got all my content, 10 years of content. I don't know if people know it. It's not widely known. I started in 2012 from South by Southwest. We were hanging outside this party, and I remember it specifically because it was outside Fader Fort, and me and Just Blaze was standing outside. We were just kicking it, and that's when Future came with Tony Montana. That song was really hot, and like we were at the door and dude like, who you? And they're like, he was like, I'm Just Blaze, dude. What the fuck? And then like we made jokes about it, and something came up like, man, I should tweet about it. Like, no, dude, you should do this on Instagram, and that's when I joined. I signed up that night on Instagram. So I have over 10
Just
years.
Blaze?
I had 10 years of
Just
content.
Blaze.
Shout out to Just
So
Blaze.
yeah, shout out to Just Blaze. But fuck you assholes that want to like hack stuff and do stuff for bad. That's why we need more people to know to be able to counter this.
That's true.
Indeed, indeed. Well, guys, it's been another one for the books, a legendary show.
It's all good.
I had a great night. I hope y'all had a great night too.
Man, it was a trip, man. Thanks for coming through, Max.
Yeah, thank you, Maxie, for
I
sliding
mean,
through.
it was good to be here, man. I've been here a while, man.
Yeah, man. You just let you
It-
go.
It's been a minute, so yeah, we had to let you flex out. Loved it.
Yeah, man.
So, any parting shots and shout outs before we wrap it up for real?
Yo, shout outs to all the Facebook members and groups. The group just keep growing and growing. All the motherfuckers. Shout out to Moxie. Shout out to Ambi. Shout out to Dynamis. Shout out to Max. You know, shout out to motherfuckers who fuck with us, man. Shout out to Risky.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Sean Doe and shit. You know what I mean? Just shout out to the Fly Nerd Group in general. You know, I can't say no more names. I'm like Fillmore, man. Just
Right.
shout out to everyone who support us.
Right, there you go.
As long as you support me, I don't care about the other people.
I don't care about everyone else.
For sure. But yeah, I just want, same man. Shout out to everyone who's out there tuning in, paying attention, and just hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the follows. Catch us in the Facebook group. Catch us all over social media. All of us are out there doing something in some way, shape, or form. Maxie, any final shots?
Yeah, shout out to everyone that you all mentioned. And yeah, like those who fight the good fight. I hear there's actually people that's taking people on boats to different islands off the continent if you need abortions because Roe v. Wade is going in the toilet here. But aside from that, shout out to everyone they mentioned, and it's Whiskey Week here in Chicago.
True.
Yeah,
It is
so
Whiskey
you
Week.
definitely want to follow that. And
Topsy-turvy
the
on.
weather's changing for at least this week. Health is wealth, and always be aware of your surroundings. I saw something terrible in Lincoln Park, but you should always be aware of your surroundings. So that's the ultimate thing. And MFA, multi-factor authentication for all your digital accounts.
Word up.
And thanks to you all. It's good to see all you all.
Man,
John Maui, Coach Cheese, Kaz G, J. Dot is happy to see. Shout out to Ambi, Moxie. I mean, fucking C2E2 coming this summer, bitch.
Whoop, whoop. Well, shout out to Sean Rock and Intel Music Group for holding us down. It's been another dope episode of the Fly Nerd Group. We'll see you next week. One love. Peace.